Thank you for the message, for the hearing ear. I know that, man, I can't do my eyes just shut. All right, what it is. Thank you, Father, for an eye to see, to have a spiritual eye and a celestial eye, a biblical eye, so that I can see what your writings, what you're saying in the word, and that I don't violate or cheat on that and try to add or violate and twist or change and pervert all these things that you already have a historical record for me to see an Old Testament and a New Covenant under this new. It's not a flesh. So that's the beautiful thing, to be a witness, to know that you sent your son, the flesh vessel, because you were the word, you are light. All things were created. In the beginning was the word, Aletheia, truth, unviolated. Hados, Aletheia, Harizo. So for the ear that has an ear, because you gave it an ear, most it will fall deaf, and they will be blinded. Works of darkness are works of light. So you'll know them by their fruit, is what the word tells us. So let's put some, I'm going to get it going over the top of my head. There we go. Make it shine. That's better. All right. Thank you, Bob. So, what a blessing it is to be a witness to this last book, Revelation, to have this, to be thrown into a cage and arrested and asked, I am Revelation. This is the revealing of this age. The line has been declared by the celestial firmament, and the water has been pouring out for years on the age of deception is over. They're not able to hide the lies. The deceiver, the demonion, the distributor of fortunes, works of darkness, children that work in dark, the children of darkness, then there are the sons of God. Those that do work, you do not judge them by their cover. Definitely judge everybody you come across righteously. Don't quick to judge, but yes, you'll know them by their fruit. Do not judge them, because you never know by a man's cover, right? A man, you'll know them by their fruit. By their children of darkness, or work in dark, or those who work and do work in light, so do not try to turn a goat into a sheep. They're only trying to mimic the horn god with 3 genders. 3 is not, that's just a mimic of the ram. He is, I am the word, light, fire. In the beginning was the word. So can't turn a goat into a sheep. He sent his son. David declared him the lamb. He said, before Abraham was I am. That is the ram. The one with, yes, the light, the horns. Father, who sent his son, the Lamb of God. David declared him the lamb. The star, the conjunction, the marriage, the age, the union, the time marker in the celestial firmament above our heads. Not heaven. Heaven's not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. Grow up, you child. Judge with righteous judgment. Children of darkness, you'll know them by their fruit. Those who pitch free will and peace, and that's that's not the gospel. The gospel is thalipsis, suffering. That is Christ. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Law. He fulfilled it. He said it was fulfilled, and they hung him on a tree. He didn't carry a cross. Hallelujah. Right? So, are you carrying your cross daily? That's what he said in Matthew. Are you walking like an apostle? Are you mimicking? He said, conform to my image. And he stood up against the perversion of the Torah. They had created a halakha and Haggadah. Does anything ring a bell? Bell, ball, transgender God with horns, breast, man, woman, and beast. They don't have eyes to see. It's okay. It's the golden age. Oh, we're going to the bell. Ring a bell like the golden bell, bull, ball. Oh, how about Merrill Lynch? How about JPJs? All right, never mind. Are you catching up? All right. Anyway, it's already written. Remember? No such thing as luck. No such thing as free will. No such thing as being saved. All this nonsense, these mammon, Jezebel, children of darkness. They do work in darkness. That's why you don't judge them by their cover. You know them by their fruit. Remember, he was charitable with this word. Yeah. He sent his son. He didn't stand around and just let evil things happen. That's what he came here to do. They were frower. You know what that word is? Like Godspeed, how about warp? Change, twist, or pervert. Warp speed or Godspeed? You tell me. That's a Hebrew word. He's speaking to Hebrew. He was a Hebrew Israelite and hung him on a tree. Uh-oh. They're holding messages. Let's see what somebody put. You look like you. Oh, okay, well, cool. Good for you. It looks like you got diarrhea of the mouth there, cracker. You got canker sores or something. Interesting. Don't normally do. Well, whatever. There's children of darkness. Somebody's saying something about diarrhea. My dad told me I have diarrhea of the mouth. It's like diarrhea. It runs in the genes, right? That's what Trump always says, Mr. Apollyon, warp speed, Mr. Godspeed, or warp speed. Remember transgender God? Three beasts? Somebody's feeling a little sore over here. All right. But anyways, yeah, on your lips. So anyways, you'll know them by their fruit. What comes out there? Well, do not judge them by their cover, right? You'll know them by their fruit. You look like, and he warned about the two things, right? Idolism, little things of the dirt, and 58-story Nimrod towers in Manhattan, decorated with Satan, Mithra, the sun god, Apollyon, or anything in the dirt. Your wife, your car, your dog, all of it came from the dirt. It's all going to go idolism, or so basically anything from the dirt. And imagery, anything you see, eyes and eyes. You look up, somebody fell for it. See, he said, don't wrestle not against flesh and blood. Oh, there's somebody idols, their eyes, see, that's the problem with, you can't turn a goat into a sheep. They go after this Jezebel spirit. You'll know them by their fruit. So don't worry about it, brothers, sisters. You can't turn, it's not possible. You can't fully elect only by self. No such thing as free will. So it's only for you to hear, the ear that he gave it to hear, not just eye. An apocalypse means to lift off the cover. They put a veil over Christ's face. Do you know that after they hung him on a tree, he didn't carry a cross, and he wasn't hung on a cross. Christ is a pagan term. His name wasn't Christ. His name is Shem. That's authority. He is the authority. He said, before Abraham was, I am. These people are religious idiots. So I personally don't have to worry about it. I have to be charitable, and this time spreading the word that Father doesn't want us to stand around, right? Because he wrote all these things. He sent Shiloh, and he didn't come here. Well, Shiloh is the return of the bride, and he'll take him to the Lamb. But you know him as, well, maybe I'm not the Hamashiach. You know what that means? The Messiah, the one who hung on a tree, like it says in the book of Acts. When they took him down from the tree, it was a Roman, form of torture, crucifixion. Most people don't. I can go into a house made by hands, and he said that the Most High, just got some touch up there. Don't worry about what your eyes see. Don't dwell in temples made by hands. Nope. He is the high priest, Shiloh, and will return and stand before the Father and say, no, Father, I've covered the sins of the world for my bride, but everybody else go to hell, right? Well, don't worry about it. They're going to stand before Father, where the wages of sin is death, and we're all filthy rags. We've all done iniquity. None of us. I'm a prior pig, worked in government, police officer, all that nonsense, veteran nonsense, all that. That's why I stand up to it now. Come out of her, my people. We're not supposed to be going and having 1,000 military bases and 180 countries. That's an apostasy. That's outside this covenant of this original nation, constitutional republic. As Washington said, a 33-degree Mason, by the way, and a fake cornerstone. He is the Petra, by the way. He's a snare that lifts us out of here. Get ready for the Operation Love Boat. All right, Fantasy Island. They're playing, boss. Watch out. It's eyes to the skies, guys. But anyways, no, they're going to do this. They're going to pull this. I see it. Like, remember, he's the snare that lifts us out of here by our feet. And everybody will wonder, what the hell just happened? Because they don't know the word. It's not on their heart. He wrote, it was on stone. Tables pounded out on the law. He is I am. He's the word. They wrote that word on stone. He's Shem. Remember? He said the authority. Jesus. What's that? That's not a name. What is name? Name is Shem. Or Noah had 3 sons. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Shem is name. Hallowed be thy name. That means glorify, edify, lift up. Hosanna, raise. They raised him on and hung him on a tree. Like it says again in the book of Acts, when they cursed he who hangeth from a tree. They don't know anything about suffering. They don't know they ripped his beard out of his face. Beard blood he paid. He wrote that on the hearts of his bride. He don't love everybody. See, the sins of the world, and God is an all-loving God, but he don't love everybody. That's nonsense. That's religious idiots. Easy Sex Pistol Jesus. Jesus isn't a name. That's not, Z was not the last letter added to the alphabet. And I don't argue about that in this channel, because people are idiots and I can shut them down with something and they will take it, the word, and they have to at face value because their own forward, warped, twist, or changed translation of the word. They'll just shut up. I used to do it on TikTok when we had 1,200, 1,500 people in the chat, and when they'd start doing the name game with the letter Z and all these, he said, don't change a jot or a tittle. That means even like modern, don't dialect this tongue. I don't know how many languages you speak. If it's foreign to you, then that would be alien, and not by something alien. There's no such thing as an alien. See, here's all this addition to the word. He said, don't add. Tell me where it said Father created one alien. Tell me where he created a Bigfoot. Tell me he created one planet, or there's no planets. What is all this? Devil, that didn't exist. The word God didn't exist. The word Jesus didn't exist. The word Lord, Christ, these are all terms that are not in original scripture. So I read and teach these things and teach people the Hebrew and bring people to understanding and to the Greek and how to study. It's an old Jewish book written in Greek in the New Testament. We're under this covenant. Remember, beard blood he paid. He blotted it out of the old. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. If you rip Christ down, Christ is, again, that's not, he wasn't a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I rebuke Christians. They're idiots. All religions are idiots. They're vain. And he said he didn't dwell in temples. Cut it off. Paul said, circumcise the flesh. Put Christ. Do not hide that light. Put it at the top of your house. Your body's a temple. He destroyed the physical temples. Prophecies destroy the ability to be a prophet, and prophet means teacher or prediction, not predict. Doesn't mean prediction. Prophet means teacher. And a false teacher is somebody an antichrist is somebody who is teaching you golden age, or what is it? No, you don't have to suffer. Easy peasy, peace, Jesus. That's not Christ. That's the Antichrist, not the Antichrist. The Antichrist is the one that Trump has his house decorated with. Mithra, the sun god, the transgender god. So that's why they push that come on by so you can give it a try, because Satan has breasts. And I'm surprised guys hadn't caught on to this, because that's normally all they can think about is their booby Jesus, or well, boobies. Well, Satan has breasts. Baal, Satan, Jezebel. This is all this silly alien nonsense. There's no such thing as aliens. Jezebel. Ahab married Jezebel. There's no aliens. What are people talking about? Nephilim is the word bully. There are giants. Get ready for walking robots about 15 stories tall, maybe with neoprene oil-coated skin, moving megalithic anti-gravitics electrogravitics, all this technology they've been hiding from Tesla and all. They're not anymore. The veil's I am apocalypse. They put a veil over Christ. Remember when it says, "Cursed he hangeth from the tree." When he hung him on it, he carried it. He was yoked. He was pegged, nailed through his hands to a yoke. He carried a yoke, not a cross. See, that's why I rebuke religion. They don't even know my love. They don't know Shem, the authority here. It's all been fulfilled. Again, prophecy, he all fulfilled when he hung on that tree. He destroyed that physical temple. He literally fulfilled the prophecy of many that it was all. You should look, people thinking predictions and something. You should look at all the prophecies that were fulfilled in scriptures. So people think they can predict. You can't predict anything. God created all things. No such thing as luck. No such thing as being saved. All this is mammon, Jezebel. No such thing as aliens. There's no Sam Squatch or Sasquatch, and there's no Wookiee. Didn't have a Wookiee. Oh, somebody had Wookiee. Oh, I think it was Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok, and now we got some kind of Sasquatch running around or something. Space farce. Nanu, Shazbot, Mork from Mork, and all this. And since they televised your eyes since you were a child, you got stung by the spelling bee, and you don't. He said, don't add a period. Try to speak American, right? That's what people do. They speak American. Let's go on. So, trying to just stay in the word here because you know me, I'm this filthy nation that I live in here, just apostate. So, anyways, try to stay in the word and spread it. Ameri Can't. This is he said, "Come out of my people." So he didn't want us to sit around and just be quiet. He didn't. That's not what he did. He threw him in jail and ripped his beard out of his face for standing up against the perversion of the halakha, and the Haggadah had been a perversion of that original Torah. So most people don't have any idea what I'm talking about. That's why I don't mean anything to. It's like I'm speaking alien to them. How about Bigfoot? See, it's nonsense. So this world is lost. 99% of the people think God is in the sky. So I rebuke you, world. You're an apostasy. I still stumble myself, and I'm still filthy rags. But I'm not. God's not in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. All this teaching is by too much worldly, putting your eyes on television and letting them tell you stars trek, and all this beam me up, Scotty, and nanu. As I told you, it's just it's an apostasy. It's not aligned biblically. So, organic is what I've always been pushing. There's fire all over. Again, I've been trying to explain this. If you see smoke, I'm a veteran, and it's not like it. I'm not trying to speak to anybody that doesn't have an ear to hear. I don't even want to do this anymore. It's okay because Father makes me do it. It just is what it is. I have to. It's not my ministry. It is the ministry. So I have to do. It's faith and truth, and I have faith, and I have to keep. Told you I have to do what I can't do this. It's not about me. This channel isn't about. It's not about me, but I still have to take after this meat suit until he's done beating on it. So God, Father, I am Shiloh, my love, Christ Jesus, the Hamashiach. He beats the people he loves. He does. God beats the snot out of the people he loves. People don't understand what the word ellipsis. So I've had a Noah moment, if you will, take time off, or whatever, and settle, because I put a lot of hours in here, that. But that we've been telling you that on this channel to go see Brother Jim, and that Brother Jim teaches the true narrow way. The narrow is the way. The only way to the Father is through the narrow path that leads to the straight gate. Hados, to that straight gate, okay? To the narrow way. Hados, not one above another. It's all very simple. It's not, this isn't a complicated. Father didn't speak with marvels when he, through Christ Hamashiach, with marvels in his mouth. He's very clear. Don't add to my word. Don't add a single period, a letter, a word. Don't blot your name out. So I'm not going to try to change anybody who comes into this ministry, anything. It's not about me. It's just about being charitable, agape, love, to be patient, be patient with God, let him do his things in his time. We don't know after his counsel. He does all these things for his pleasure. He's the just measure is poured out. Hados, he brings us to that. He will right every wrong, all that suffering that you, all that pain, he will take away. He always does. This is part of our celestial cycle in our spiritual walk through this time marker that we're in now, that the whole world is just spun. Remember, spinning on a ball on a planet, and Father didn't create one planet in Scripture. There's nowhere that it says there's a planet. So I apologize, guys. I woke up, my eyes shot. I'm having one of those days where I'm really struggling with the eye. So you have to excuse me. I'm trying not to. Woke up from, asleep with this eye. It's just done today. It won't stop thing, and I didn't do anything to it. So it's hard. Just keep wanting to rub it, and I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not doing good today. But anyways, that's whatever. It's an eye. Remember, he tells us the eye is the lamp of the body. It needs to be single. If the eye is filled with light, then the whole vessel, the whole lamp, that's us. We are the vessel, and he is the high priest of the church. So let it shine. Don't put it in a box. Don't hide it in a basket. Don't put it in a bushel. Just make sure you put it at the top of your house, and don't you deny me in front of in your social space in modern times and place and Facebook and media back then and public and, your friends and your family. I'll deny you in front of my Father. We're not here to be liked. This is not some easy Jesus channel. This is never a channel that was about a denomination. No, you don't. No, this is being shot in the face, remember? So no boiling water is going to fix. I appreciate your words there, but yeah, something's going to have to go on here sooner or later. But anyways, moving on. That's why I'm up. I've been up for a while, just suffering with Father, trying to get just I can make sure that we keep this single, guys. The eye is the lamp of the body. So be single. It doesn't mix. Darkness is, if the eye is the vessel, the lamp, that's you, is filled with darkness, and it can't mix. Oil and water don't mix. And he said, have extra oil. Think about Christ, these terms I keep, pounding in your brain. The anointed, he was the anointed one. He is our oil, the lamp that he says, have extra oil. Not only have oil, the virgins, remember they had lamps. That was the wedding. And this is all about a wedding, correct? And an inheritance, the heirs, the age of the throne, of the crowning, and the age of air. Air is the age of Aquarius. I don't do all that hocus pocus. Come over here, Scorpizzo, you false star Scorpio, and hang out with the Taurus, and you got a hot date because the stars are all aligned in your favor. And here's your lucky lottery numbers. Come rub on my ball. Let me rub on my crystal ball and tell you fortunes and lies and. Let me see your hand. Let me read your palm. All this is all bullshit. It's all alien nonsense. It's not scripturally aligned. It's not celestially. It has nothing to do with the time markers that are left in the firmament above our heads. There are literally star markers. Like, you could totally debunk your spinning ball planet camp nonsense by just the constellations by themselves. Why would they still be in the same location, all this? And I don't want to get into that because that's not what I'm here. That's Father. He didn't create any planets. If you think you're on a planet, you're not welcome in this channel. You might go tell me where in Scripture, if you want to come back and tell me where it says where Father created, I am the Ram created a planet, then let me know. But you can't. It doesn't exist. All these people keep adding all this nonsense, and we've done this since the beginning of time. There's nothing in the sky. I know I'm a magi. Everything's in the sky as far as a clock, but that still doesn't supersede the gospel. Never has in this channel. I put this because he birthed me to declare the line. He's my creator. My mom and my dad made me, but I'm far from, There's a marker up there. It's a clock. There's a pole and a North Star. And when I say pole, most feel like we have a pole. And see, that's so offending. We don't have poles. There's no such thing as poles. We don't have poles. A North Pole. Shut up, child. Magnetism. This is all created of that same thing. Positive and negative, dark and light. You're out of your league, people. That's what I'm saying. They're like, they just add to everything. And it's just so That's the Hebrew word. As I said, warp, twist, change, or pervert. They're perverted, and they've perverted. And he said that's what he divorced his bride Israel for, perverting the law, the agape. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy are not a religion. That was a law, and we're not under it anymore. He fulfilled all that, the destruction of the temple. Now we put him as the high priest. He said, I'm going to leave this place. And obviously his flesh was gone. And then that place is where he is at, is inside us, so these people are all thinking that God's somewhere in a temple and he's in a sky, and that totally rips down the fulfillment of the destruction of the temple, his prophecy fulfilled by not one stone being left upon another. He all knew not a broken bone in his body, even though they had staked him and he was carried that yoke, and they raised him and then cleated and nailed his feet to pull and stretch his body onto a torture machine, which was the favorite way for the Romans to crucify a man, was to put him on a stretcher torture machine and stretch his body back to where he didn't carry a cross. Christ didn't carry a cross. That's blasphemy, and I rebuke everybody who keeps doing this Jezebel teaching and they don't study the torture that the Romans love torturing, the crucifixion. Peter asked to be hung upside down. That's your peace sign, by the way. John on an X. But the favorite way for Romans, there were masters at torture, was their torture machine to stretch somebody back onto where it would rip you so far back that the only way you could breathe was to raise up on your nailed feet. Your feet were nailed. There were 3 nails in Christ, and he wasn't hung on a cross. He formed a cross. He was yoked. First, he was staked or nailed to that yoke, and he carried a yoke. He didn't carry a cross. That's such blasphemy. And he warned about imagery. If you study Roman torture, instead of doing this religious, I rebuke all religions. They're all vain. I can bring any religious man to me. I'll show them they're vain. And I'm not above any man. They're just the only person I know that can give this similar teaching be Brother Jim. I've had biblical scholars come in here and shut him down real quick. They don't know who Christ is. He was hung on a tree, not a cross. Where his wound was at with the Roman soldier who stabbed him would prove that anyways, I don't have to prove anything. That's the funny thing about this. So, but any Roman torture was they were masters. Many of them mastered the ability of torture, but this was a stretcher machine that would stretch you so far back you would be yoked and raised. They cleat your feet and nail you back. So the only way you could breathe is to raise up on your nailed feet. Otherwise, you couldn't breathe. You were so stretched for it. So you had to raise up on 2 nailed feet while being yoked, and they cleat. That's why they put that, right underneath your feet. That's what you pushed up on your nailed feet to get air into your lungs, because otherwise they were collapsed. Try doing that. And they lashed him how many times? Being whipped, ripped all his beard out of his face, put thorns, not the little TV thorns, but thorns so they went into his skull. Beard blood he paid for his bride. Not everybody. God don't love everybody. You're a swine telling people that. He's an all-loving God, but not everybody. All, not Jews alone, stand alone, the house of Aaron and Levi, but Jews and Gentiles. That's it. You've been given the light. Go share it. Go spread the news. Hallelujah. You have nothing to do with it. You can't save anybody. God already chose his bride from the foundation of the world. Prognosko is the Greek word, world. WHIRLED or WORLD, world. Like corkscrewing and spinning to Mars. It's coming in March, guys. March is Mars. Mars is war, and that's part of their ritual that they're about ready to pull off to. And I'm not some kind of prophet. They're showing me this in Scripture. They know Scripture. They're making Scripture come to pass. It's evil. A demon is a man that lies to somebody else or a woman. You ever want to meet a demon? Oh, that's you, huh? You've done it. We've all lied to somebody else. There's the word demon. Demonion, a distributor of fortunes or lies to others. An idolater is one who believes their own bullshit. Crap. Your own lies. Shem, authority, agape. That's what I'm saying. I make constitutional scholars look like idiots. They don't study this historical record of the Roman crucifixion of Christ. If you don't know that Christ was most 95, 6% of this percent of this populace right now that walks this rock, and you're not on the planet. First of all, they think God's in a sky, and they think Christ was hung on a cross. They don't never studied Roman torture and have no idea who Christ is. They believe in the other Christ, the other Jesus. They're anti-Christ, not the anti-Christ, because they push this peace Jesus. There's no that he suffered, and we have to conform to his image. They threw him in a prison. Does anybody want to put holes in you and throw you in prison? Throw a crown of thorns so deep in your skull that maybe you can't even, yeah. You know, he fulfilled not a broken bone in his body, even though they had nailed his feet and his hands. He still did not have an unblemished sacrificial lamb, not a broken bone in his. He had already passed when they came to break his legs, because that's how they killed you. They couldn't leave you hanging there. Maybe the birds come peck your eyes out, your tongue out of your mouth, get into your ear holes, got some wax that tastes good. Now try that. But on the Sabbath, on a Sunday, you know, all this talk about, we're not even do that. They couldn't leave you hanging there. They come and break your legs and take you down from a tree. They hung him on a tree, not on a cross. This is blasphemy. And they ripped his beard out of his face, and he made a covenant with his bride. He said it would be written on their hearts, and he paid that. It's in the book of Colossians 2:14, once written on tables of stone. That Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, was not a religion. It was the Torah, and that was the Jewish law. It applied to the house of Aaron and Levite. And God didn't love everybody. No, he didn't. God required war, the death of man, sacrifice for, yes, not eating people. That's Christians and paganism and Catholicism, all that isms, all their Calvinism and insanity, Christianity and all their other ones, Mormonism, more isms, or all their isms and insanity. It's all vain. It's all religion. He wrote the letter to the 7 churches. You might want to read the Church of Philadelphia on what he wrote to the church. Oh, Philadelphia Eagles, here all this age of error. You might want to wake up and see that these people know Scripture, brothers and sisters. The distributors of fortunes and lies, they know it. Who doesn't know it is the ones that God didn't. It's just these people fall for these traditions, Jezebel, that God's in the sky and heaven's in the sky, and all the adding. All I got to do is add one jot, tittle, yod, letter, period, just anything. You know what I'm saying? Your own opinion, your own thought against what that book says, and he'll blot your name out. Once written on tables of stone is now blotted out, sprinkled with the blood. And I told you, beard blood. They ripped his beard, every beard out, his hair out of his face. Anybody want to rip your beard out of your face? You got to be doing what he did to be Christ-like. You got to be going out spreading this news that through suffering we find that salvation. So we have to endure to the end to be saved. See, endurance is not a short little sprint. It's a long marathon, and the body wants to give up. The flesh wants to end it. I know, I'm a vet. You don't think that I don't let him cross my mind? I know he said you have to endure the end. You can't take the sucker route. Can't do that. Not my eyes. How could I reach salvation if I don't endure? I know the word, Greek word. Maybe I didn't know that word, but he put this measure on me. He gave me this definition, aletheia. Remember? So he'll pour out this measure differently than me, than you. Mine will be different. Maybe we all get a different, we're all give us. Brothers, sisters, we really are very unique people. God made us all independently in his image, remember, but he don't love everybody in all this. Children of darkness and children of light. So those who go out to children of work light, they suffer. They suffer for this truth. You'll be persecuted for my Shem, for my aletheia's sake. Hallelujah, right? People won't want to hear that. No, don't celebrate. No, don't do these things. And then people won't like it. And God didn't know you're not to be liked by the world, loved by the world. If you were loved by the world, you'd be hated by my Father. So we're not here to be nice to people. That means to be stupid. So don't be nice. Don't be going around trying to make friends with this world. This is a Jezebel spirit. These people think God is somewhere in the sky and he's inside of you. He said, I'm going to leave this place to where my Father's house is at. I will return. And that was the word. That was the temple that was contained, the Torah, that, remember, the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, remember the 10 Commandments, honor thy father, that was housed within the Ark of the Covenant. It's all Old Testament. Remember? 2 houses, Aaron and Levite. All these people think that God loves everybody in this world today. God don't love everybody. He never loved everybody. He didn't love the Gentiles. They were vessels of wrath, fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world. God is a title, by the way. That's not a biblical term. God. I'm a veteran. I know about commandments. I know about the word Shem, Agape, authority. That's why he made me to be a pig, be a filthy swine veteran, so I can come out of her. He said, my people, be in it, but be not of it. Do not partake in their unfruitful works of darkness. Rebuke them. God doesn't want us to stand around and let people do evil things. That's that sit down, easy peasy, everything's going to be fun day Sunday, one day Jesus. Just ask for forgiveness and everything's okay. Just beat your wife all week and ask for, I don't know what, it's all nonsense. It's not aligned with scripture. God never loved anybody. Remember, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers of Deuteronomy were 613 laws, statutes, commandments. That's not no religion. Okay, they were the law. It was called the Torah. It was a Jewish law. So it didn't apply to any other house but Aaron, begotten the Levites. The Levitical law, letting the land lie fallow, resting on the seventh day. All these were dietary laws. Can't eat pork, swine, splits, huff, choose the cut. All this is all, we're not under this anymore. So we're not under any of this physical law. It was fulfilled. He fulfilled. You take this away, then you just rip him down, and you're going under that Old Testament of these old. Remember, that's the old Jewish law, the Torah. So you don't want to put, you rip Christ down from a tree that he made this covenant by. You will do that by self. Then you're going to go back before Father, the judge, where the wages of sin is death. Who's going to teach you that? The word should tell you that. Now, I just have a way of cosmos, an orderly arrangement of how these words, he on my heart conveys this to you, me. He wrote this through me, this vessel. I don't do this. He's the one, he's this all I desire to be death, because it's a doorway and time is an illusion. And so I'm ready and I'm always prepared every day. You're supposed to have extra oil and be girded in my service when I return. That great and dreadful day of the Lord is for everybody. Not all the time. This is not God's not in the sky and no people go to heaven and all. That's not, they know this. That's why they want life extension, and then all this is in the cloud and all this. They're just gaslighting everybody with those scripture. So here we are, in this time and place and space, and corkscrewing and spinning on third rock from the sun in the third dimension. No, you're not going to corkscrew and spin me. That is the warp speed, or forward, or Hebrew, or twist, or pervert, the old law. They thought gods were in the sky, these balls, and here we are again. These people think that God's in heaven and all this is, we don't have poles. Well, pretty much, because it's their transgender Jesus. They do. They're a rainbow transgender. Come on by so you can give it a try and try this orgy Jesus, the cracker Jesus. Sex Pistol, remember? Nimrod, are you getting stiff over here, Woody? No, remember the pole worship, all this? Yeah, they used to have a Yule wheel worship. That's what they are. Christians are Satanists. They worship the same one that Trump has his house decorated with. So, three-gender God with boobies, the booby God, booby Jesus. They don't like that. See, they speak another Shem authority, well, they're dialectists. They're Agape, they're who they love. Who do you love? It's this other Jesus, peace, Remember the promise of the rainbow. I've seen enough of this hokey pokey, turn yourself around, Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm bringing the fire, and we have proof on this rock, sulfur in our earth. He will use the sun to discharge this place wherever he chooses. His number one, Shiloh, I love the sun, the S-O-N. But then his number one weapon is the S-U-N. And that's how this place will burn with fire. It'll be by light. I saw lightning. Revelation. Oh, well, let's not do this by the number. You do it by, he does it all by the number. Remember that Satan was already in the garden. Satan is the word adversary. Christ is a pagan term. All these people, antichrist means you change one letter, you're an antichrist. Not the antichrist is the seventh king. There's all this deception on who the eighth king will be. It will be the seventh. See, the Antichrist is the one locked in the abyss. In Revelation, President 45:9 and 47:11. Skip Joe. Uno card. Let's go back. Reverse. in time. 45 is 9. They do it all by the number. If they skip Joe, why do you think 81 million people? Are you hooked on some of this Common Core politics, where they're just going to rob all your money and take all your purchasing power and call it a corporation and keep taxing and doing all this inflation by money creation? Yeah, robbing people blind by and thinking that's okay. Taxes. Father turned out. Remember, he sent Shiloh, and that was he was very docile, man. It was hard to get him to even the Pharisees were pissed that he wouldn't talk to him at certain times, but he turned over the money changer, that he would whip the people selling the doves over feeing his people. So all this apostate, what's going on right now, and everybody's standing by too with all this is not that's not Christ-like. You need to be pointing these things out, and people don't anymore. They don't. So remember, he doesn't like fee. He doesn't like fine, because he used to require this. Absolutely. God used to require the sacrifice, blood, man, war, and did all the heavens were not above your head. They were the ruling class. This has all been perverted. And now these people have taken and done the same thing that they did at the time of Christ, when they had taken all the gleaning of the fields, and if a piece of corn fell off the back of the cart, it needed to stay on the ground that was left so that we come in and glean the fields. The poor could come in, and these Pharisees that did halakha and her perversion in the Old Testament, the Torah, they had made two versions, an oral law, and this was called the halakha. You could speak it, but you couldn't write it down. And the Haggadah was the law written. You could write it down, which couldn't speak, right? These were reverse, and this was a perversion of the old. It had been 40 years. They didn't listen to God. Balls in the sky. Here we go again. Idolatry. Same thing is going on today, that God divorced his bride Israel, thinking that heaven's in the sky and God's these balls up there, Jupiter, and Kronos is Saturn, and the time mark. And whoa, wait a minute, Pastor Revelation. You say those things are, none of those are those. That's a clock up there. You might want to get with the times. It's not 2025. Where the hell do you get that? See, you're on this Common Core thinking that 81 million people voted for Joe Biden. They had to skip Joe Biden so he can be president 9/11. If you can't see that by now, then you're never going to see it. Nobody's going to ever see that. They're riding the train to the EpiPen Island. You hate Israel. Which Israel, though? Israel is the bride. What Israel? Revelation, it mentions Israel. So which Israel are you speaking of? So, I mean, you can hate. No, my God, he's hating. Well, maybe he can hate. Maybe he doesn't hate the sinner. He hates the sin, or she. I don't even know. So let's not even. It don't matter. Yeah, that's not Israel. That's not Israel in Scripture. Thank you. Yeah, I hate what they're doing. Like they're special. Oh, look at us. We're better. Oh, we're the Jehovah's Witnesses. Anything like that. God already chose who he wanted, and we're not one above another over this covenant, because it used to be the house of Aaron and Levi. God don't love everybody. He so loved Esau, and Esau stole the inheritance from Satan, the one Trump has his house decorated with, Nimrod, Apollyon. Yes, he did. And he loved Israel, the country, and the people in those 12 tribes at that time under the Old Covenant Testament of those families that were written in the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, what about 13? Oh, all right. Well, just listen. Not mention Cain. See, I told you, already in the garden before it was ever, no planets were created, but all creation, revelation like lightning that fell from the heavens, not in the sky. Elijah left in a flaming chariot, fire. Interesting. Just mental note for thought, kind of like a resurrection, a lifting, like a snare, like Operation Love Boat, Fantasy Island. They're playing, boss, they're playing. Anybody watch that television? They've been telling us for a long time. They do these things, script this and put it in everything now. It's in halftime Super Bowl shows. Yes, I told you they know this word better than most all religions combined. Remember I said I gave a kind of percentage, about 96 or so. Well, I don't know how many. There's 8 families controlling about almost 50% of the wealth right now. Oh, I think he'd definitely be turning over some money changer tables now. Don't you think he'd be whipping? I'm not saying being physical. Use your voice, please. I'm not saying peace either. No, say shalom. Anybody's telling you peace or golden age or preaching this is an antichrist. Well, they're a false prophet. The scorpizzo. Nothing. I didn't get it. So he didn't have it. So, oh well. I don't believe none of that anymore. I know when somebody's lying to me. Speaking of a lie, I'm tired of being lied to. I'm not gonna let people just keep lying. This corporation, all that. I know that's all a bunch of bullshit from the beginning. It didn't match. None of it. Everything I get from that person is a lie. Never been really told much truth since my son and I and my daughter went to their cage. They threw us in a cage for standing up. I stood up for my son, and now I'm facing charges for standing against the law. Oh my gosh. You're not Christ-like. They put you in a cage for standing against the law. Oh, wait, he said that's if you want to be like me, you got to stand against the halakha, the perverted law. I'm going to defend my son's right, knowing that he did all this stuff and I have the evidence, innocent till proven. Nope, they're just going to come swat me. And that's, by the way, I'm a little struggling right now. My eyes just hammered. So today I got up and I couldn't lay there any longer. I woke up from a thing. It was just pounding. It's all on this channel. You can go look at, I got swatted. If you want to see what happened, it's not easy to watch, but there's a 16-minute video on the playlist where they swatted my house instead of looking into my son's evidence, where he got caught up into this probation system because he had some prior charges with because of my political activism, if you will. I don't hide anything on this channel. I've never hid anything. Father sees everything because he's inside me. I don't care about some stupid camera in the sky, and God's not in the sky. He's inside me, so he knows what the whole world doesn't see. My intentions, you think you're going to get away with something? Christ he's in all of us, whether people understand it or not. He's not in the sky. Father, the judge, is inside of us. He destroyed the physical temple. He used to be light and would come visit one day a year, but that's not, it's all fulfilled now. So he said he's going to leave this place, prepare a place where his Father's house is at, and he'd come back and receive us, redeem us, redemption. Hello? Christ in you. But anyway, see, I don't do this political nonsense, religious nonsense. Yeah. So anyways, I suffer because I stood up and I actually took a grenade to the face. And so my eyes really, I'm having some other weird black retina form around, whatever. But I'm a veteran, so I stand up for the right of the Constitution, God-given, natural, organic. I can't stop because he poured out such a big measure on me. It made me a prior pig person in government, prior SWAT, special weapons and tactics, traffic reconstructionist, all this prior certification, instead of actually looking into, what my son did. They just brought a SWAT team and tried to kill me. I mean, it's not hard. They bragged to everybody up here that they were going to get me out of the house and with a gun and shoot me. And that's why my daughter was kidnapped that day. They didn't have a warrant for arrest. They didn't have no special, secret indictment, and didn't include her on the warrant because the whole plan was to come out here, get me to come out of here with a gun. This is Lavoy Finicum 2.0. But as I told that pig at my son's trial, stop looking at me, you pig, you trooper pig. I'm talking about your leader pigs and your camera. Listen, leader pigs, I'm not Lavoy Finicum. So because Father protected me, and that's what they tried to do, because this state is rogue. They have a SWAT team. They'll just send a SWAT team out like, Lavoy Finicum and catch him between going over to, was it Baker County? I can't remember what county he was going over there to see the, sheriff over there at the standoff, because old Tracy's out here in the desert. We're talking about scraping the pancake off the desert, and let's get a little distraction going. Let's go ahead. And the Hammonds, they've been messed with by this government for a long time. You don't know the history. They blocked those people's fucking water off and their cows. They fucking flooded and diverted towns and went in and bought up the land. This government is rogue, and they're just fronting as cattle ranchers so they can mine the pancake. Just like the standoff in the desert over there in Nevada on the bridge with the Bundys. Yeah, they're miners. Mineral rights, you idiots. Golden age, boys. Golden age. Here it comes. Remember, the sheriff out there told them to get the fuck out of there, and they left. So that's why they prosecute me. That's why they prosecute me, because I stood up against the sheriff's office and held a protest against Kate Brown and the government and all their nonsense with their stand on the X. Go, Christ, they go out and heal the sick, put hands, not go inside and flatten the curve, all that nonsense. I hope you did something during that time. Didn't just put the face diaper on and act like a child. Fall under that fear. Then we all figure it out. Pretty soon you're going to see a 1-800 number. Did you take the jab? Call this number. Mr. Creator Pfizer. Remember, he's been, Pfizer did such a great job. So, anyways, this is where we're at right now. They've got the whole country, too. Look at where we're at. We got everybody believing that, Mr. Golden Age, that's peace and prosperity. That is the opposite. Okay, hold on. We'll play with the troll. Don't get the troll, because we'll show you how programmed this troll is right here. So, damn it, unhide him, because we got to do this for the chat. If you're new here, we'll show you how programmed people are. Father either created vessels of wrath. A program is a virus, and a computer virus. It corrupts the main program. So come back in here for a minute. Let's show you that you've already been programmed. Already know where you're trying to go with this. So we'll make an example out of you by your program, because you're like Microsoft, like Bill Gates. Remember, Microsoft, you get a computer program virus, your mainframe, it corrupts the mainframe. So speak up there. And so psychiatrist, because I know where you're going, you want me to do the snakes up the pole and take drugs. You're a drug pusher. By your nature, you want somebody that you've already given me, because you have a medical doctrine in either psychiatry or sociology or, well, any of this psychiatry. So conspiracy popcorn. Conspiracy is a term that you're using by the Central Intelligence Agency. So that's about why they keep saying, so golden engine didn't go. Could you touch base? Yes, again. Yes, okay. We'll get rid. Okay, get rid of it, because Denise asked a real question, and I want to explain this to Denise or Dennis. Dennis. Sorry, not Denise. That's Dennis. All right, get this idiot out here. I don't want to talk to him anymore. That's fine. They're programmed. They want me to take drugs. They just gave me a full psychological evaluation. They want me to see a psychiatrist, so I'll go get on some trazodone or some Adderall or some, you know what I'm saying? They're drug pushers. They don't even realize it. So my freedom of speech causes me now to have to go and see a psychiatrist, so I'll go take drugs. See how that ends? They always end in the same thing. And they gave me a full psychological evaluation. They have enough, medical 12-year degree of medical doctrine, been to schooling and normal. Where'd you get your medical doctrine at? What's your main, line of study, and they gave me a full psychological evaluation, just a matter of moments. They come in and are like, I almost want to stop the chat and see if they'll give everybody. It's like, say some stuff, because you're getting free psychological and mental evaluations in this channel for no cost. I mean, I didn't have to pay for it. This channel is so freaking popular now. We have medical doctors that come in here and just give you a free mental and psychological evaluation in a matter of moments. And then they use CIA terms, government terms, and no, there's a program, because they want you to take drugs. That's where they're going to say, you need to go to psychiatrist. So what are they going to do? Get you to lay down and take drugs. It don't matter. Remember, they'll get you to lay down. Come on, lay down. Talk to me. Put you on the farm guy. So he goes, yeah, pharmaceutical, and put you on the script. Remember, so you get the effect, mass effect, side effect. And then you take this one, you get the effect from that one. See, they're programmed. Isn't that hilarious? Now you'll see if they come in here, you'll know them. So start calling them out too. If you're in here, help the channel. Say, hey, listen here, you drug pusher. We know where you're going with this. You need to stop trying to push your drugs on everybody else. So, okay. Praise the Most High God. Hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our temptation. Deliver us from evil. Blasphemy. It doesn't say temptation. George, come on. It doesn't say that. It says forgive us our debts. There was a jubilee. There was a 7-year. Remember 7? The Most High. Thank you for at least using the Most High I am. But it doesn't say temptation. That's a Mandela effected on you, been twisted, perverted with the original. There was 7 years in it. There's 7 shofars, ram's horns. It will be blown before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. He does all. Remember, there are 7 days. Is there 7 days in a week? Question that. Is there always the same amount of day and the same amount of light, same amount of dark, same amount of night in every single day? then why are you going by the silly little calendar there? Because you're aligned with the pole god, Satan, Jesus, transgender pole god, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so Dennis, we'll talk about that golden transgender Jesus god, their golden age, Bel, Bull, Ball, Bel, Baphomet. Remember, Satan has horns. That's why they're golden bull, Bel, like Merrill Lynch and their money. Money's not the root of all evil. It's the agape. If you wake up every day and that's all you think about is money, and if you're a drug pusher like somebody, all you want to do is take drugs and you push people towards that, then you're funding this corporation by Pfizer, Moderna, mRNA shot, Apple jab. Next thing I expect, get any people pushing more Apple jab on anybody. Do you guys know they're going to do a 48-hour Android jab and cure your cancer now? The government loves you. Elon Musk loves you. Some stinks in here. 5 days sober, first time in 5 years. Outstanding, Jordan. Good stuff. Stay in the word, Jordan. The word will, I don't know if you have an addictive personality, be careful. I don't know what you're coming off of. If you're coming off of alcohol, please be very, very careful. I don't want to give any medical advice in here because I already had a medical strike on the channel, but yeah, we talk about holistic, organic things. They don't like that. They don't want you to grow your own tomatoes. They don't like heirloom seeds and all. They have got their own vaults. They want you to grow their blurpee. Anyways, yeah. So please be very careful. Make sure you stay hydrated and please keep in contact with people if you're in that. And just stay in the word. I'm sure they'll help protect you. George, been here for a minute, but thank you for your testimony. Good. We've all done filthy dirt, things and fall short of the word. And so, appreciate it. I think you've been in here before, and I see why people struggle, to try to escape this bullshit that's going up all as well. It's hard to watch. So a little escape sometimes is I met a gentleman that was in Alaska. Well, I don't know. It's puff. That's not there. You talk about cannabis, because hopefully you're not anything else. And because there's people puff all kinds of magic dragons, don't they? And see all kinds of crystal things. And anyways, that's okay. I don't remember. You don't judge somebody by anything they've done. Oh, cool, outstanding. That's one of the two hardest things, guys, to me. I don't drink alcohol, so I didn't have to come off. I didn't start like my son was 20. 26, first time you ever see me drink a whole beer. But cigarettes, something I got off a long time ago. Cannabis is why I was taking her, wasn't the issue. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I just want to be careful if anybody has, again, I don't want to give any advice, but I have a lot of background. And one of the hardest things actually come off, people don't really think about it, is alcohol. That's one of those things that can kill you really quick, man. But cigarettes are hard to come off of, guys. If you'll look, man, I should have pulled that out. Maybe I'll do that. We've done some live streams where we talked about quitting smoking, guys, in here. And I think some of the stuff that I've done, I should have wrote in a book a while ago. Just a little bit of an inspiration for those who've ever had to try to get off that chooching on that cigarette, the meat cigarettes there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, no, that's Pug One. Never mind. So, but there are so many things in them that I think that aren't being told why the addiction is much more than the nicotine. So, there's a lot of people who come off of nicotine using cannabis. So that's kind of the whole thing. And we'll just theorize too, because I don't want to get no medical strikes here. I'm a medicinal cannabis trichome farmer, so I know there's a difference between medical cannabis and whatever this person called slang weed. I rebuke all that nonsense. That's okay. Coming off of nicotine is one thing, but I'm not sure why when I continued to quit smoking over the periods, because I started when I was younger in the military, and it should have gotten easier because I'm a veteran. I know I can do anything, and I don't want to be like try to bring myself in the things I've done in the past. But you can do something that you wouldn't think you can do if you'll just do it over and over and over and over and over, repeat it until you can't, until you do it in your sleep. What you struggled and were bitching about and it was hard to do, you can do blindfolded if you'll just chip away a little bit, chip away a little bit, chip away a little bit, chip away, and a big old chunk will fall off. So, mark point that I need to keep my hands occupied. Absolutely. Idle hands are the work of the devil, Kinetic. That's why you race and God has you doing all that so you can keep, because you probably, and I'm not saying I hadn't met you, but you probably, because you're racing, you probably have an addicted personality. And so that's a way for you to dopamine dump your system, adrenaline, your system by racing. It keeps you occupied, and you're a high functioning person just like me. So here's what I want to say. If you please go watch my video, and I just hope it would inspire some, because when we were talking about it, when I talk about these things, we don't understand if we're one of these people. There's not any medical advice. It's cool that we go this way. It's organic. I'm just shooting from the hip here because we all struggle. Most people don't know that if they don't have an addicted personality, it doesn't mean you're addicted to drugs. There's an addiction personality. You would fall more towards addiction to things like something like a drug. It doesn't have to be. You go jump off, be adrenaline, ride bikes, jump off cliffs. There's all kinds of ways for people to kind of keep that more under wraps, but people can't. They have an addictive personality, and people who don't have an addictive personality do not understand what it's like to be like that. And I think this is something, again, this is not something you can control. It's something you're birthed with. And you guys, hold on. We got to put this in a pause for a second. Dennis, you still in here? We'll take a pause. I got to take mental note here, so I didn't answer Dennis's question. I came off of the troll with the snakes up the pole. So, but anyways, I told you guys take mental notes here. So I didn't answer. I told Dennis I'd answer his question. Took a pause for the cause here. Chooching on the Dennis. Okay, listen. The golden age. What Dennis is Trump is talking about is we're in the age of clay. Okay, I have been blessed with the knowledge to understand the celestial firmament above our head, and we have gone already through the age of the golden age. That is already passed. What those ages are is those ages, it started in the age of iron, and each one of these ages that Daniel professed of the dream for the king, that these ages were the passing of all these nations where they would soften and they would come to the age of clay. And at the time, remember Daniel, he talked about that they would not worship the golden calf. He talks about that, and that's Trump's way of professing too many things, because this is the problem. I've talked with Kevin on this too, and it's so beautiful to have him around. See, Dennis, everybody's going to say, oh, it's this. Well, it is that. Well, it's this and this. Now, if we don't agree on that, Dennis, see, we're going to end fight when we're right. We're both right. So things are multifaceted. They want Osama bin Laden to blame for 9/11, correct? Move on, right? And we know, and I'm saying, that's what they've done now, like a diamond that's multifaceted. Okay. Olegas, little flock, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Many are called, but Olegas are chosen. Absolutely. So Bell was the golden bull. And so that's what Trump is signaling. He's signaling the age of clay, and he knows it. He knows it's the age of clay. But listen, we're also coming into the age of, okay, guys, I got to give this out right now, because Lady in Red will drop the link to Canadian Prepper. Please go watch Lynette Zhang on Canadian Prepper, and she does a really good job on her she's done, like the last time a year ago she was on Canadian Prepper, it was like $1,800 gold. And now it's up to around 3,000. She does a good job. I've already walked you through all this same stuff on this channel. Okay. On how they did this, on how they started all this degradation, and she does a beautiful job. It's like an hour. Spend some time, get your wife, get some time to concentrate a little bit, and she will help outstanding. Blessing. Always great to see you in here. I do appreciate your long-term time subscription to this ministry here at former Predestined for Light, now High Desert Faith and Truth. So thank you again for coming in. So if you don't know who Lynette Zhang is, she's an economist and now turned prepper. And I wish she'd change her verbiage on her channel about bug out, but that's okay. But she really does a pretty good job. It's not, she simplifies it. And I try to do that with, this is not, it's not sustainable where we're at, guys. That's why I have such an issue with this corporation, because of what is being done. But what Lynette has told you on this last video with Nate at Canadian Prepper is I've been pounding you with that there's been 4,800 currencies. She switches around and calls it money, but money is a store of value. You know what I'm saying? Money is something that retains your purchasing power over time. That's why kings and queens put it away, because they knew there would be these other forms of, that would come and go, but this is the way they can hold their wealth. If you want to retain what you have, it will always keep up with the rate of inflation. It doesn't matter. And every one of those paper currencies has gone to zero. So we have 4,800 times that we could look in the past to see that it always goes to zero. There's nothing going to be any different with these currencies, current ones that are in currency. Put your money in a bank. They've got you going with the flow. You went to school, so you've been programmed. We went to the moon, all this nonsense. So you'll go, they'll let you take your purchasing power away and take your way out of the system. You could become your own central bank by owning your own piece of gold or silver or whatever. And I don't recommend owning any gold or silver until you got a water filter. And she talking about it, preparedness. This is, you're sitting next to a 400-ounce Colmex bar and you're starving to death. You think you can eat that gold bar and care about that's gold or silver? So I'm not trying to push any kind of monetary thing here. To take your own economic advice, consult your stupid economic advisor, whoever's advising you. Hopefully it's father. He'll tell you what to do, but always have something, like food and water and a way to protect it before you ever start investing in any kind of, way to retain your value, a store of value, any kind of monetary instrument, if you will. Okay, please, just a little talk about this. I think I want to make a mention of this too, because oh dang. So have a way to drink, these things, are you're not going to want to worry about some gold bar again when you can't drink. But this is so far, I think Lynette does a good job of showing you the historical record on how long they've been peeling back what is called public confidence too. This is all faith-based, brothers and sisters. People believe that dollar is worth money when they know, because they're about ready to do this, what Lynette was talking about. I've talked about it on this thing. If you put money in your bank, imagine putting money in your account and you didn't spend it and it started going down. You would spend that money. I already told you that's why they brought interest rates down to zero. Cool. There are lots of ways to do that. It's pretty neat. The most abundant resource in the known universe or whatever is hydrogen. So absolutely, right out of the air. Energy, right out of the air. It's all abundant. We live in a world that's just been clown show. That's what I'm saying. No more of this shit. I'm not doing this anymore. I refuse to do this. I will come into this ministry, but everything else in my life is to go organic. I don't want anything to do with electronics other than this ministry. I'm going to try to peel back every bit of it. I already live way like that anyways. You know that. So organic is going to be your best way. I don't care what they say. The ways of the old, tried and tested, what's always worked is going to work again. Once again, 4,800 currencies. Every one of them has gone to zero. If you need some kind of an example of what's going to happen to this current system, it should be really easy to see. I've already gone in circles, man, and I've already done it. I like racing, but remember, I go in circles. So some of us like to do it in the dirt, baby. Hammer down and turn left, boys. All right, moving on. I get you thinking about race cars. See, that's what it does. It gets your brain in a different mindset. It's good. You should have a break, guys. Everybody of us should have a little bit of a. That's why people fall under this addiction, and gold is one of those things too, guys. People get the gold bug, so and get addicted, and it becomes agape. So you don't want to be too much wealth too. Although you can retain wealth, I want you to be careful, because when they do this change, if you listen to what Lynette is saying, what I've been trying to explain to you, this reevaluation, if you evaluate it on the asset, they've done is they've taken that ability for you to separate yourself from that government controlling you, being the central bank, you being control your assets. Like I told you, grow tomatoes, and how valuable is that compared to a gold bar when you can't eat gold bars? Oh no, that's not good. I gotta probably lose my light, guys. Hold on. It's gonna get dark. I'm in the middle of the night here, so I was using up some of that night power. So I'm normally get a little more charged, but anyways, what do we got there? We'll probably lose those too. So let me run outside real quick and grab. I've got some solar lights that I didn't use last night that are the overhead lights that I've got here. Go and we'll show you since I'm off the grid here. Told you this is my little ring light that I've been using, but I have this other set of strip lights. So it's just a little warning. You shouldn't do this. I should never do it, but I don't care. I'm done with this electronic world. You guys are the only thing that I do electronic. So Father has blessed me again to work hard. So I've been able to, without a donation to the ministry, be able to get this ministry taken care of and paid in the other land. And so he's freeing up a lot of things. I feel like so blessed right now. Father's really working, and I know it's because you reap what you sow. And so hard work does pay off, so to speak. And so let me go. We got some stored up energy. It's no different than these solar panels are like that's like gold, guys. If you think about it, it stores value, and obviously that does go away, but in a sense, that's what gold and silver would really traditionally be, is a store of value. And it's so neat how we can take and invest in something like a solar power bank and stuff, and capture this and be able to separate ourselves and not let them dictate, we're going to shut your power, rolling brownout, blackout. I'm the power company in this place. I turn off the lights when I decide to, or not, and now I obviously, because I have such a yes, thank you so much for coming in, Lady in Red, good to see you. On my ambient lighting is LED Christmas lights. I was always trying to go back up after outstanding. Thank you so much for that testimony there too. You see what Kinetic said? I tried to go take care of this pagan ritual, and I would go buy these stupid pagan lights, but they're not. They're just lights to me, because I'm sure he's not using colors. He's just using a blank white light. We sell those during Christmas, and they'll give them away after Christmas. Give them away. What a good time to buy them, man. You know what I'm saying? Outstanding. Thanks for that testimony. You got to take advantage of the time. I buy wood stoves in the summer when it's hot as hell for $50, 75, 100, 250 for 1,000 stoves. And I sell them out here and turn $100 on them or something for painting them. And, and I buy air conditioners in the winter for $20. I sell them for $200 sometimes. I can get a pretty good markup on those, whatever. I do make a pretty good markup. Sometimes I get them for 50 or something, but yep. So same thing. We'll talk about that too, on what's gold a little bit more now. So give me a second. Let me go grab some backup lighting. I've got here a couple. Thanks. And I don't think we got too much more on that overhead light. see, I might have to go get some more wood, guys. I have what are we doing here? Oh, yep. All right, I might put on my muck boots and go get some more wood here. I woke up with my eye just freaking going nuts. It's been doing it all morning. I feel like somebody's just keeps scratching my eye and the inside of my whatever that inner part of my tear duct keeps kind of red. And all right, we got a ton of snow out here, a couple feet out here dumped on us, and so everything's pretty nasty right now. So let me put on these muck boots to be back in. Get some more firewood. Gotta have your own heat source. They can't shut your firewood off. They can't hack into your food, guys, right? They can't hack into your firewood, and your smart wood heater is not hooked to your firewood, right? So think about that. You got a wood burner, you know. Can you make some fire? Let's see what we got here. Turn this bad boy around. All right, yeah. See, we better get some coal. Better get some more fire. Better put some water on that shit. Oh, never mind. I'll bet. Well, we'll keep her going. Oh well. So some heat coming out of there though, right? Got our fan going with a coffee cup on there. So that's fan powered off the stove itself. That's not hooked to a power cord. That circulation's not like a fan like what you think, but it does move quite a bit of that air off that stove, so it doesn't just go straight up. But there is a blower motor on this one here too. But any words, thought I'd show you a little shot of the cozy fire there. Looking a little warm in there. All right, so let's turn this back around. I'll go out and grab some more firewood because I'm out in my firewood box. You go potty, Mr. Pants? Go potty? No? Too windy out there? All right, stay inside. Oh, we lost our light, didn't we? You guys are in the dark. You're in the dark. All right. Let's get you guys are laying right in my spot, huh? Keep that spot warm for him. It's nice of you guys. All right. Got the kitten laying on the couch with the puppy here. Being good guys. Mr. Pants. All right. Excuse me. Oh. Dad's got to sit right there. You're going to bug the guys. Mr. Bender boy. Mr. Bender boy. Might get that boy. But I would. We wish we keep that spot warm for the dad. He's my big fluffy kitten boy. He's a blue Russian tort, I believe. He's a good boy. He's a good, my good guy. Biggest kitten boy. Oh, my eye's killing me, guys. Oh, that's right eye. It's just feels like somebody scratched it. All right, don't shine that right in my eyes. There we go. All right. Nope, don't touch it. No, see? Okay. So, go watch Lynette Zhang on that video. And she'll give you a pretty good idea, walk through historical record of how this is working right now. And again, most of what we're seeing right now is faith-based system. Pants, hold on. And they really did a pretty good job at peeling this back. And this is obviously we're already into the reset, of this monetary system. So they've already done a lot of things to show their hand on where they're going. I believe it's recent indication taking. Hammered out here. We got some kicking up. Maybe it's that. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, go check out that video with Canadian Prepper and Nate and Lynette, and she does a pretty good job at uncovering how, again, there's been 4,800 examples on if you want to see what's about to happen to this current, if you want to see what's about to happen to this current, paper. Yeah. It could be that too. Be many things, they're always running a background system and capturing being. They're always running a background system and capturing being. Notice more of its consumerism. The age. Notice more of its consumerism. The age of Daniel, this golden age of the calf, and their golden age. All right, well. There's where we're headed, and we're already there in many ways. Most of the paper, they don't create, there's no backed by, that's a bunch of nonsense with this whole Fort Knox. Is there gold in the vault or not? What's there, what's not. It would take them years to do a complete audit of that vault. And so there's many ways they can manipulate that, and I think that's once again showing their hand of where they're at, signaling the same war, the same thing they did last time, World War II. So World War III is 100% here. And they've, in many ways, you're just not seeing how this has already been going on for, there's been a war for your purchasing power and robbing you of your, rights and your right of purchase by inflating these things using war, where these banksters, they sell bullets and band-aids and they don't go to war. Banksters don't go to war. You think Trump's going to go fight on the front line? No, he's not. If anything, they give him a hand him a joysticks and he'd kill a man and get a rush off killing him with the joysticks like it's a game, like a card game to him, but it's okay. You got skin in the game? Wrestle not against flesh and blood. Paul wrote in his writings, obviously, right? Ephesians. Might want to read that book. Choose your battles wisely. So, although I've been a military veteran and I've defended the right of the people, this is not a constitutional republic anymore in this country. So, yep, you're all worried about your face, all you can see. Good job for you, for take your face out of here. We don't care about you for. You can take your foreskin and jerk it somewhere else there, buddy. Don't want you in here. Leave. Goodbye. Go ahead. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Chill. Oh, see, you're going to try to get me to be peaceful. This is the problem with people. Program. Take your peace, Jesus, somewhere else. Take the letter J was the last letter out of the alphabet, not Z. So grow up and stop being childish. Seriously. Oh, you're worried about your face. Stop worrying about what you see. Why don't you want to listen to something you can't hear? It's falling on a deaf ear. You're still just sitting there spun, aren't you? Don't lose your mind. Your fourth point of contact you sit on will follow. So these people, you'll know them by their fruit, brothers and sisters. They want to start shoving things inside of you. That's what they do. If you try to put something in somebody, they don't want it. That's called rape, correct? So be careful of these people. They'll try to get in your head. And then they'll try to put stuff in your body so you get the mass effect or the side effect for the farm guy. You get the pharmaceutical, right? Script, pharmaceutical, so you get the side effects. So, yeah. All right, get him out of here. This guy's playing freaking games. Life is happening, and he's stuck in a video game. Go play your silly little race car game somewhere else. You might want to actually, do something that's worthwhile. You can have a side effect, but moderation, but don't come in here. You're not welcome in here. I don't want to Mario. Listen here, mushroom. I think you've been fed a bunch of shit, left in the dark. All right, moving on. Bell ball. So this system with this signaling of this golden age, they're going to go to asset. Gold is an indicator of chaos. So, it does it always, the higher the level of and then among fraud and abuse, they're going after now. It just seems to be them trying to find a way to get into war. Oh, outstanding. I like that. We're already at war though, Boogie, but I hear you. They're just flooding the rest of this monetary system before they bring in this digital track and trace, capital control. Oh yeah, you'll get your 6 tomatoes. You might be going to the market, but you won't go inside. All this changes are going to come really fast. Things are already out of control. They're already at war. We are already been at war since the inception. This is the war machine. I know. I'm a veteran, so I've served this filthy pig system. No fat and butter here. Don't make much sense of them just now. Now I want to get back to the meat and potatoes and not fat and butter. Nice, yeah. They're already, somebody might actually know what's going on, Boogie. They already took all this gold, guys, out of the LBMA. So they should be showing your hand. I already told you on this channel when they were starting, these central banks started buying more gold in 2023 than the history of the central banks. So when there's no more metal to be delivered and they've got all these contracts, we need to see, like, if again, like Lynette said, and they audit this Fed, we need to see who owns all these gold bars. They could be in there, but they all could be paper contracted with, out. So it's been sold out like mortgages and most people's freaking souls, if you will, not literally, but uh, they're definitely coming into this knowing what they're doing with this asset base, because they're climbing into assets. They're all climbing into this, they know this system is, you can't print $1.5 trillion in a 100-day cycle. They were supposed to do a $1 trillion every 100 days, and they couldn't keep up with the rate of inflation. Compound interest is already showing that they can't keep up with the $33.3 trillion mark. There was a mark where it was totally 100% mathematically, physically impossible to ever pay this note. So they have to take us, so they're going to take us into, they're going to do this before they bring this in, because they need to track and trace everybody, credit score people. Remember, China did it with their phone app, Android Sesame Credit, which became the way of life there. And they're going to do it here, and they're going to encamp people from Panama to the Russian border in Alaska. Well, I already said it, and I don't care. Russia's going to take over Alaska. They're going to get Alaska. And I'm not making a prediction because I already see what they're doing. I already know the cycle. I pay attention. They're writing the celestial cycle. They're writing the cycle of the sun cycle, and they already know. So they already had their NAFTA. I've been watching this. I'm an old fart, so it is what it is. I know about their, North American Free Trade Alliance, that they've already done all this. They've been putting this boots on the ground. Iran was the final of the 7, Yeah, that's all. It's just a pattern. They just ride the cycle when people don't. So this is what we're doing. An 80-year debt cycle of a reserve currency is about the expiration of most reserve currencies. And if you remember who had it last in 1945, hello, it's up. Time is up. We're giving it up. That's all. Remember the SDR, special drawing rights, 2014, China asked, they wanted into the basket of currencies. All this Ukraine taking over there in 2000. I was blogging on this platform back then, trying to warn everybody all these coming. And now we're so far, they got the Shanghai Gold Exchange now trading in actual physical metal, and they already just drained the LBMA of there's no more metal there to be had. So confidence has been peeled away, and people are losing. That's right, Boogie. That's what I've tried to tell everybody. They have to give it. Thank you for being a testimony. Because if you go back, we've been trying to say that why is Trump taking over Canada? He's already taken over Mexico. I don't care what you say. I'm a vet. I know they already got the first airborne down there division. We already fast and furious with vomit. Okay, pay attention for those who might be watching what Boogie and I are speaking about. This has been going on for some time. This is all a script, and they're doing this by the all this. So why do you think they just took all that California? That's their rail system. They were going to run right through all that fires in paradise, and all this is all part of this whole bigger agenda. The red team, blue team, they don't care. They did that during Rome. Grow up. Stop doing Democrat and Republican. You've done fallen for one of these lollipops, haven't you? Licking this sucker. Yeah, you are. Whatever. You don't want to ask no questions. Here, let me put another one in your mouth. They're dumb. Move on. Sugarcoat and everything. Everything's all nice and neat. No, this is all part of this turning over, like it says, to the dragon. So you could pretty much count the Panama border from what I can see to Alaska, and that's the encampment of the saints that it speaks about in Scripture. And they used Executive Order 11004 is the one that's going to be used of the 923 executive orders. Walmart, the Waltons on this channel already told people during World War II, when this whole reserve currency, Fed, all this, they're signaling all this stuff right now. It's so hard to watch. Walmart, a government subsidized corporation in cooperation with Department of Homeland Security. It's a corporation. It's a government. Walmart is a government, in case you hadn't figured that out. They interned American citizens during World War II. American-born citizens. American-born citizens. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Poquito español. I need to get better, obviously. Darn it, man! I wish I was better in my Spanish. I would speak it more. Wish I would have had it as my fluent language, because I used to speak much better Spanish, and I need to get my ass out of this. My dad used to tell me, "Son, this America, speak Spanish." He did. He probably told me that 5,000 times. So, well, I didn't listen to him much. So, but anyway, so this is down the pipe here, down the rabbit hole we go down. Don't go too far down the hole. So here's what I'm saying, guys. The system has already been programmed, like Boogie's saying here, to do what it's going to do. You're not going to get in the way of any of this. The best thing you can do right now is figure out, and not giving any money, or advice here, is get into something away from the system. I never told you to buy gold. I told you to buy tomato seeds, heirloom seeds. I never just said to buy. I said get a place away from people. You want to stick it to the government, get some solar panels on a small level work. I don't like this bigger hole, so we don't benefit from. We got solar farms out here. That's not for us. We got power poles out here. That's not for us. There's a system that is coming that they're going to turn this system over. And I don't think you see what is happening because people are just blind. Ameri Can't is what the original, description of this video is. Ameri can't see it. They can't see they're going to be enslaved. You're not getting out of this country. You're not. And they're going to put a dome over this place you won't get out of here. I don't care what anybody says. If I'm wrong, I don't care. I don't get everything exactly 100% on, but most of the time I nail it about 98%. I don't get exact every detail, but be careful. It's not 100%. You better be careful. But an event like, remember the pinching, the 4, celestial gas giants? We didn't have some braze on every continent, but we did have a massive event, a water event on the East Coast that took out how many tens of thousands of people, that people don't give a shit about the people in North Carolina right now. Right, because they said it. Now, thank you, Boogie. Remember, they said they're going to do the same thing. Thanks for bringing me back in here. Trump said he's going to do it in America. Musk has got it with this stupid freaking Starlink crap, guys. It's already here. It's already here. Oh, we're going to do one in America. No, they're not. They're going to 15-minute city. There'll be Super Bowls all over, but you won't leave this outer encampment. The encampment of the saints. This is where it's going to take place. Right here in this stupid bowl. Where they just had their A minor ritual. Yes, they did. They love this shit. You guys fall for this Kendrick Lamar and all this Drake bull crap. They're all, what happened to Diddy? We knew they all did that. Trump paid for the oil, the bath oil, and he's the one holding all the oil tech and all this crap. Nuh-uh. Yes, he did. Bed parties. He paid for the bid. You made your bed, Trump. Sleep in it. I'm sure they have been testing ours with the balloon and the drones testing ours. So there you go. See what I'm saying? See, they're already signaling this, guys. You got to find your way out of this soon. I'm telling you, you're going to have to, if you're not on the other side of Panama or Alaska, you're going to stay here. Yep. That's what a father has shown me, the encampment. I haven't put this out, but it's something that recently, because I've been in study a lot with Father, praying and supping with him in the word. And really, he's showing me this revelation that is in scripture. It talks about this encampment of the saints. He'll wear out the saints. This is where it's going to happen right here. So it'll happen. There's no way to escape. It will happen outside here, but this is where it talks about the encampment, and they will encamp everybody under this NAFTA free trade alliance borders through this rail system. See, it's not going to be the end of the world. Everybody wants it to be the end of the world and Armageddon and everything to blow up. And that's stupid. I hate that mentality that turns people away. They won't do anything. They got to lose all hope before they'll do anything. Yep. That's the American public. Ameri Can't. They can't see. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. 98% of the population is obliterated. 40+% of the population are pigs, people in government. You want to know why nothing Ameri Can't? Because America is the government. 40% of the population works for the government, either through private contractor, state, county, or yes, they do. And then you got all these pig lickers, people who love this government. I'm not talking about the pigs who roll around their commerce cops who try to enforce commerce laws. Well, all crimes are crimes of commerce. So yes, they do. No criminal law only one circuit court under an Article 3 court that's actually criminal, and that would be the Article 3. If it's in a first, which is administrative, or fourth territorial administrative, it's not Nope, criminal. It has to be under the original Title 18 statutes, judicial, legislative, and executive branches. I am an enemy to the state because I give you and tell you your natural and organic rights. I have been swatted by the state of Oregon because I am an enemy to the state. My son has been disappeared. He's either gone, dead, and they don't care. I have outright told them, did you kill my son? Where is he? They don't give a shit. They'll do whatever they want. There is no innocent until proven guilty in this country. So you might want to pay attention. I'm an example of what this rogue tyrant government will do to a veteran who will stand up for the right of the Constitution, the right of these nation, all 50 states, whether in some island or up above, it don't matter. I stand up for the right of the people. This was a God-given, natural, organic right. The federal government was not put there to make laws. They were there to protect I don't care what you believe in. One nation under God, they were there to protect the right of the people, not make laws. If it was not gone through the judicial, legislative, and executive branches of our government, it's not constitution. That's a repugnant law, and we're not even to be following those laws. So bullshit. All you people who lick this government's boot and allow this to continue is why they are allowed to roll around, and all crimes in America are crimes of commerce. There is nobody being charged under the original Title 18 statutes in an Article 3 court. Go fuck yourself. I know the law. I used to be a fucking pig. Myself, SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics trained, LAPD, Metro, Honolulu, Hawaii, all my underground training, entry training. I've done all this shit. Reconstruction through Highway Patrol Academy. I remember Trooper Strasbaugh helped me through. Look that gentleman up. The only thing I think I made it, it would have been for Trooper Strasbaugh. Seriously. Highway Patrol, my reconstruction certification, all this. I've been this evil tyrant. I know this. I've done these things. And he says, come out of her, my people. So we are not to follow these laws. If they are not adjudicated through our House, Congress, and Senate, that means this wasn't serfdom by executive order. All this shit Donald Trump is passing is unconstitutional. And we're not to follow these laws. This man is a fucking enemy of the state. They think I'm an enemy of the state. Shit. But no, now I'm an enemy of the state because I point out the errors of our Congress and our Senate. Yeah, our judicial and our. Remember, we have a House, a Congress, and a Senate. The Congress makes laws, not the fucking president. Grow up. You don't know the Constitution. You're a bootlicker and you love this shit. You probably, that cop pulls you over. You just take it deep, don't you? Let him fine you. He turned over the money. He said, don't know if all of us would stand up and film these puke punk cops, because there are all a bunch of commerce cops. Anyway, there are not one good cop in America, not one. The largest, most unsafe place to be on the entire rock right now would be America. You know what I'm saying? The most unsafe place you could fucking be is America. The largest gang. You worry about fucking MS-13 in Mexico, yeah, they cut you up. In America, we've got the fucking state troopers, and look what they did to me. Rogue fucking gang. This county can just call out fucking 20 plus guys to come try to kill a man. And I have all the proof my son did this shit. It's on the board. It's still up there right now. Look, just till this day, still on that fucking board. Eat that, you fucking cop suckers. Where the fuck is my son? You know, nobody gives a shit about Elijah Werner. Nobody cares about him except for me. Got a better chance he's either dead or they just turned on me. They don't want nothing to do with me. But I don't know. I don't even want to think about it right now. I just want to keep telling you that you're going to get encamped into this fucking slave nation called the corporation. It's not a constitutional republic. You can't fucking do anything. A president doesn't make laws. Fuck all these stupid codes and ordinances and statutes and state. Fuck all that bullshit. The right of the people was through the people, the Constitution, right? What part shall not be infringed do you not understand? Declaration of Independence. Remember? We, the people, form this Constitution of the United States of America. We, the people, hold the power. The government was just there to protect our rights. Federal, if 25% of the people would stop paying their, slave labor tax, W-2, the federal government would not even have enough money. It wouldn't fund itself. It'd just dry up all on its own. Yeah, just start growing a fucking garden. 40% of the population in 1945, this whole exchange over to this gold Fort Knox grew their own garden. Now less than 1% of the population grows their own food. There's no self-reliance in America. I hate America. I fucking hate this country so much. There's a oligarchs few chosen here that I would continue to defend their rights, but everybody else can kiss my ass. They're an apostate bunch of people who think God's in the sky. You're being judgmental. You're damn right. You're not supposed to sit around and just shut up about when you see evil. This is most evil nation. 1,000 military bases. That's against the that's not our original constitution. Original founding, writers of this said no foreign entanglements. So we're not even supposed to be outside our borders with one military base. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So this is all repugnant to, like I said, the original no foreign entanglements. Christmas was banned in America. It was an orgy sex pistol ritual. They knew it. This transgender Jesus nonsense that these people go after, this other gospel, is all this same crap. I eat my flesh, drink my blood, eat my body, vampirism, cannibalism. Cracker Jesus is what it is. Mass A, eat my body. The whole country was founded because of Christmas. That's how much of this nation is an apostate nation. I can walk down the street, do man on the street videos. How was America founded? On Christmas, right? Huh? Yeah, America was founded on Christmas, right? That's why this country was founded Christmas, right? Huh? Yeah, whatever. You can lead a person, right, to knowledge, brothers, sisters. You can't make them think. Just like you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. You can lead a person to knowledge, but you can't make them think. You can't. They'll help themselves. They're wise or foolish virgins. Goats or sheep. It's not possible to change. So at this point, like I said, as far as we are into this last final book of Revelation, if they don't see scriptures coming to pass, all these things, they're falling for a demon. A demon is a man that tells a lie to somebody else. That's all a demon is. So, I will not partake in this nation anymore. I've already told this to this nation, and I'm not going to be worried about whatever happens to me. Kevin's in total agreement too. I don't want to be here anymore right now, and that doesn't mean that I'm leaving this place. I could have taken that money that I had and went to another place, but instead I paid this ministry off because they're not going to take this land. They're not going to touch it. Father will protect it. Now the shelter, everything's here. The archive, it's Father protected it. There might be people who stay, here. We'll see. I'm not going to stay here though much longer. I don't think that this will be too much longer before you won't be able to leave outside this encampment. So I'm not in a rush. I want to make sure I do everything, and Father will provide a way. But there's nothing in America for me. This nation is an absolute tyrant, and the cops and the state troopers and the county and sheriffs and local PD are fucking rogue tyrants. Kevin witnessed what the fuck they did to him here. He put on court record. I've been targeted. I didn't break the law, and just because I'm hanging around this guy, literally has been targeted out here. So he has the ability to seek asylum, and I will be, because I'm not going to hang around here. No, that takes the same amount of time. So. I've waited 9 months for this system to do. You got to let the system do what it's supposed to do, Tracy. Give unto Caesar. Fuck that. 9 months and they ain't done shit. Kiss my ass. I don't recognize anything these courts say. Judge Vandenberg can kiss my fucking ass. All these cops, I don't care. I don't recognize none of this. But I don't want to stay here right now. I need to go eat food that is not, I can't even grow here. And, I found a place, and I know, and I'm not hiding it from anybody, but I won't stay in America. There's nothing good about this country. The fucking president is lying to everybody. This fucking golden age. And when he's not, there's no golden age. Oh, they're going to the asset base. Oh, they're going to gold. They're going to go to a physical asset, but you're going to have none of it. It's a big club, and you're not in it, because you didn't figure it out soon enough, and you don't have a safe place to store your wealth. And like me, like an idiot, you told somebody where it's at, you put all your eggs in one basket. But I don't care about shiny dirt. I want fruit and sheeps and chickens and goats and solar panels and a wind turbine, and dis the fuck up here and farm for the rest of my life and not give a fuck If my son comes back into my life, it's because God wanted. If he's dead, he's dead. I can't do anything about it. I've tried and tried and tried. I think I know potentially more now than I've ever known. I think it's Father showing it to me so that it just beats me down even more, makes it harder. But I have to have faith. I can't seek vengeance. I gotta just do what I've always been telling this channel for a couple years, pounding it down your throat, is get away from this shit. Get fucking where you're not fighting with anybody. You're out with your friends, community, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, growing fucking food, and you're not fighting with anybody. The smoke clears. Come get everybody's shit that they want to fight with each other, and now you just abundance will be everywhere. People's shit will be laying everywhere because they're fighting with, I'm red, I'm blue, I'm this, I'm that, I'm L, I'm G. Fuck that shit. Find a like-minded bunch of people who want to be organic and farm and say, fuck this world. Light, water, heat, food. Fuck everything else. What do you need? If you're one of these people who need something else, get the fuck off this platform. I don't need anything else other than my brothers and sisters that are in the narrow. It's the only thing that keeps me upright too. I don't need anything else. I already had abundance in my life. So this is what I'm doing. Can try to be a walk. And even if I get prosecuted, persecuted, and trying to get the fuck out of here, at least I tried to get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to stay in a nation that's got 1,000 fucking military bases. And I've been a veteran and know what we're perfectly capable. And they repeal posse comitatus, meaning they can use the fucking Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines against you. Those guns that you weren't supposed to be pointed at you are now pointed right the fuck at you. And they're going to draft our women. I served in a volunteer military with the first female sniper, Sergeant Beanick. She was a hardcore fucking, but we have a physical frame that is different. You don't draft your women. You don't put women in a foxhole because all I think about is her foxhole. I guarantee I don't give a fuck about the shape of a man's eyes or his skin color, how much melanin, but you put a woman in a foxhole and that changes my whole idea about war. I can't think about anything but her hole. Fuck off. I've been a veteran. I know this shit. This stupid, man. And you don't send your women to war. So I don't like this shit. I just don't like so anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm not going to stay in a nation that's continuing to rape the nations with oil. And they'll do something new now because remember, Trump's going to bring in all this digital tech and we're going to be the controller of it in USA and grade all this full bullshit. There's not supposed to be one. There should be a collaboration, community oriented. So if I'm not doing, you unite with me, community. So, but nobody came to here but Kevin so far. So I'm out of here. Anybody wants to follow me? I'm trouble. Look, Kevin's already had trouble because hanging around me. He don't give a shit though. He's not led by none of this. Like I said, if I get something happen to me trying to get the fuck out of here, well, good. That's Father's will be done. But he'll pave a way. He'll part the seas. I don't have any, like Moses. He's not going to, nothing will get in. No weapon formed against this vessel will prosper. Already seen proof. Nothing can stop Father's will from being done. He's the way maker. He can make a way when there's no way in hell. He always does for me. Somehow I come out smelling like a rose. So, yeah, I don't know quite how to get out of here yet. I know the thing that sucks, Kinetic, is if you had enough money, they could just, whatever money can buy you out. It's so crazy that if you think about for 1 second here, I was talking about it, Kevin. You have fucking tens of millions of people coming in here with no fucking passports, and you can't get the fuck out of here. You guys got it. So if you're with me, let's do this. If you're not afraid. If you're afraid, fucking go to church. Listen to them dumb fucks in those buildings made by hands. The most high. I get them fucking tattoos checked. Look at that purple in there. Got them touched up. The most high don't dwell in temples made by hands. You gotta have faith, brothers, sisters. Like Daniel, you get thrown into dental lions. There's no weapon formed against you will prosper. So the vessel, thank you, Bubs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, either way, you definitely probably could plow right through the border, but I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't know that, Kinetic. I don't know. Do you have eyes, boots on the ground? And I haven't. I just had the chance. As far as I know, the border's locked down. Royal, there we go. That's why he's the most high, not drugs. Thank you. So He is the Most High. He said before Abraham was, I am. So he is head of my body. He's the one who spits all this. This might not make sense to most people, but all out this pie hole face lips comes these words of his. Hopefully my last words are not of my own, but his. Indonesia. No, I'm going to Ecuador, guys. I'm not running from these people and telling them. I mean, right now I've waited 9 months for the state of Oregon after swatting my house for them to get me some kind of legal counsel, and they've not been able to obtain me even 1 day of any person trying to do anything for my case. 9 fucking months after having my house swatted by the state of Oregon, not looking into any of the evidence that I have showing my son. This isn't even about me. I got my face ruined because I'm trying to protect the right of my, and it goes deeper than that, but you know, that's all I was doing. I'm facing being thrown in prison because I have the evidence to show my son has already done all his community service that they said he didn't do. He had to do it to leave the county. So it's just nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. It's the only case that would be like that, just like so many things in this case. So, no, I don't think so anymore. Kinetic, look into that for me if you can. Please, I will. I'll fucking go. I don't care. And I don't care how I'll get out of here. Anything but America. You don't have to agree with me. You know, I fucking hate this country. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Well, somebody come in here and you be one of you dumb fucks that always says it. Well, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying. You want to make a fucking GoFundMe? Enough money, I could probably just order a fucking private jet. Put your fucking money where your mouth is, you dumb fucking Americans. Yeah, you're fucking stupid Americans. You fucking let this government just run all over us for how many fucking years now? 100 plus, 1700s. They took us off the bimetallic standard. This is bullshit. This fucking rogue government should be overthrown already. Long ago. It is our constitutional right. It's in the Declaration of Independence. You might want to know your fucking rights. But I can't find anybody to assert their rights here. This is not a constitutional republic. Ecuador is a constitutional republic. So what's your reason for wanting to go there? Well, I was supposed to be living in a fucking constitutional republic. Comes out, it's a corporation called Ameri Can't. And I don't want no fucking thing to do with anybody here because everybody just loves licking the fucking 40% of these people's fucking government's boot that work for this fucking pig. So I'm just tired of it, guys. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Ecuador is a constitutional republic, and I don't want to go there. I don't even know. I didn't even look if they own guns. I don't give a fuck about guns. I don't want guns. I want fruits and vegetables. And a community of people who don't want to do this anymore, want to eat good food and hang around and talk about the word and have goats and sheep and abundance, not supply chain shortages, because eggs are expensive when you buy them from the store. When you have extra eggs, you give them to people, you hatch them, so all this is created. You become your own community, unite. You and I can't spell community without you and I. We can't unite. You can want to come with me. You come with me. You community. I'll show you the way. Not me. Father does. He said, be wise as a serpent. Remember? Gentle as a dove. I've been telling you, nothing has changed on this channel. Me wanting to exit this fucking system is the best thing for me. And if I get fucking busted trying, so fucking what? At least I tried to get the fuck out of here. I know what I serve. This beast system is disgusting. So there's, you guys, this, you know, there's nothing. I have this here and I will have this here. You mark my words. Father gave me the ability with hard work. I could have went and bought myself a fucking attorney because they won't give me one. And why the fuck I spend a dime on an attorney? They're the one who swatted my house and ruined my shit. I didn't break any fucking laws. I have affirmative defense that gives me the right to protect my son. Habeas corpus has the right to protect him from illegal prosecution. Self-defense, affirmative defense justifies my actions in a criminal case under, yep. Oh, wait, this man knows his fucking constitutional rights. Sixth Amendment, if you're going to charge me, you have to charge me under a criminal trial, the right to fair and speedy trial. My Miranda, adequate counsel. See, I know my rights, and they don't want it. They don't know that. The minute you guys, too, you know what's so horrible about this case is that they said they Mirandized me. Your Miranda rights is if they're going to cost your body, take you into custody, pull you from any location. They have the NDAA Act, so they can do this without this. But your constitutional rights is going to supersede that stupid NDAA Act, their alphabet soup act that all these pretendants keep signing that allows them to just pull you from the streets, indefinitely detain you without a trial, without notifying your family. But you do have the right of trial under criminal prosecution, your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your house, papers, persons, and effects without warrantless search or seizure. Your Miranda rights are your right to, remember, if they're going to cost your body, they have to show cause. They have to have a warrant to do that, or show reasonable articulate suspicion, probable cause, and then articulate the cause either on warrant, where they're going to search and who they're going to search. They can't just, like, they kidnapped my fucking daughter. I have 100% proof that they kidnapped my daughter. What's this? You should watch my arrest from last week. Check it out. So, like Shaq could say, there's no one team to point to be responsible. Huh? Yeah. No, they're idiots. Yeah, but they don't recognize that. See what I'm saying? There's no more rights here. You can't assert rights anymore. That's bullshit, you know? Yeah, they do that. They can lie. That is called sovereign immunity that they have, you know, or their immunity to yeah. Cop can lie to you. You can't lie to them. That's a false official statement, but they can lie to you. This is part of their immunity they have as a enforcement officer of their codes. Yeah, no, don't claim sovereignty. They have sovereignty, which means they're above the law and they can lie to you, but they can't break the constitutional law. See, it's not against the law to lie to somebody. The sky is fucking purple. Deal with it. I'm putting out disinformation. Fuck you. Take that, you fact fucking checkers. You Nazi pukes. You take one fucking jot away from my blog, you're Nazi. You're burning my book. You're burning my jots, tittle, same thing. So, yeah, but all this is not, remember, there's difference between lawful and legal, guys, okay? There's a difference between lawful and legal. All these things are done under the corporation. Again, there's not the only legal logistical court where they could charge you in a criminal case would be one Article 3 court, one location in all the United States. It has to be under the original Title 18 statutes. If not, then it's not constitutional. And everything, when they turn this from a constitutional republic over to the corporation, sold on the New York Stock Exchange as your merchant number or tax ID, your credit card number, your social security card, credit card number is your merchant. You pay that through your wage, and they take that from you and birth that money from you since you were a child. They've been taking it and fining you and feeing you, and you don't understand, but that's your child. So if you're not very good with finances and you don't even bitch that there's not gold and silver anymore, you just go along with it, like wipe your ass with these paper. Cash is king, baby. Cash is king. No, Christ is king, you idiots. Don't put your trust in some dollar. They sold Christ for 30 pieces of silver, for Christ's sake. They value gold and silver the same. It's not about money. It's about what you treasure, where you put your treasure up on these worldly, mammon, shiny things or things of a higher power. It doesn't mean that you still just allow this evil to go on. This was once a blessed nation. So they've taken from us. They do that. The fucking largest gang in the world, the most unsafe place to fucking be would be the United States of America. Oh, just because they drive around little fancy fucking uniforms? Oh, Hamas, ISIS, this is the same fucking thing. Bullshit. These are paid fucking mercenaries. That'll kill you and have no fucking care in the world. They'll dump clips in your ass. You don't fucking lick their boot, toe the goddamn line. You don't know your rights. They'll fucking shoot you so fast. Yes, they will. The most unsafe place to be on this fucking rock right now is America. The biggest fucking, when I was a pig, law enforcement officers in the 90s, a definition of a gang was a heavily armed group of thugs. Yeah, all going around harassing, extorting the public, general public. Venmo, bank account, all wearing the same color, thin blue line. Fuck the police. You never heard a song called Fuck the Firefighters, have you? Nope. That's how a police officer should be acting, right? Yeah, fuck you. A firefighter will run into a building for a cat and fucking lose their life for a cat. You telling me these officers act in that same fashion? Fuck no. You're public enemy number one. You are the enemy. That's how they're trained. The two stupidest fucking words I ever heard in my life is officer safety. Officer safety. Too stupid. If you fucking worried about your safety so much, go find another line of work. See, you never heard a song called Fuck the Firefighters, huh? They don't act like that, do they? But they should, shouldn't they? If they're a public servant, community servant, why would they not act in? No, you're the fucking enemy. If you don't do what they say and lick their boot, they're gonna. Yeah, the definition of a gang is a heavily armed group of thugs all going around and harassing, extending the general public wearing the same fucking blue or red color, wearing the same color. Democrats, bloodbekins, red or blue. Yeah, Democrat, bloodbekin, it don't matter. Suckers die for your life. Remember when my shotguns? Remember all that? Let's talk about Eazy-E. That was the gangs of LA will never die. Just multiply colors. Oh, I can't even beat on her. So the most unsafe place to be right now anywhere on this rock is America. They have what is called an asset seizure forfeiture law. What means if they think that if you have cash on you or something like that, and they think it's involved in a drug crime, and they've already tested money that's like 98% of the money has drug residue, they can seize it from you. People from outside the country, only in America is America the good guy. Whatever. I grew up around that stuff. Remember I told you I seen my friends that went to elementary school, junior high school, and high school turn into mortal enemies overnight because of some fucking rag. Seriously, color. They were friends growing up. They always were. And then they gave them, here, have some hose and boats and hose, guys. All right, anyways. But, and have some, crack, and here have some prostitutes, and here see those who guns and they rags, and they just started fighting overnight, and they were mortal enemies. Brothers that played together in school, jacks, all that thing, all that stuff we used to play when we were kids, little things, with sticks and stuff, we used to entertain, go out. Children are meant to be seen and not heard. Go outside. I don't want to see it until, well, I didn't have to come in when the lights came on because I do all my chores and homework first. So anyways, yes, children are meant to be seen and not heard. So get out of my face. Yes, that's the way our old school was. Put the Mac 10 on my head. Build outside. Just as the food starts stepping. All right, I was listening to some Easy yesterday. I really was. It just reminds me of that time. I've really been thinking about how everybody's been waxed by this red and blue, this system. It just really reminds me of how far we've come from, because I watched all this. I grew up again watching a country that didn't give a shit about red or blue, and nobody flew a flag on their lawn that was a color, and people got along. And I'm not saying to sup with vipers, but it wasn't a deal breaker. You go get your kid and your wife and come over, and we'll have a barbecue. We'll drink a beer or have a Zima or something, right? He said Zima. All right, we'll have some wine coolers. We'll have some Bartles and James. We thank you for your support. All right, anyways, anybody drink wine coolers anymore? All right, I didn't drink during any of that time. I was just know some of this stuff. I just said Zima and Bartles and James. This dude's old, dude. He's blowing this stuff, dusting off the archives. He just pulled a Zima out of the cabinet. Now I think it's White Claw or something. They call it like that, right? Whatever, man. Whatever. Fuzzy navel. There we go. Mad Dog. Some Cisco boys. We'd be down there at the tree hanging out. And we make sure we got a ride home. Somebody drove and was sober, and we would just get jiggy with it. It was summertime. So, all right, we were doing all that. Straight out of Compton. All right, never mind. Whatever. I was born on the streets of the Angel. I was born in the valley, though you walk through the valley. I was born on the hill. Birthed. I think the hospital I was burnt to the ground. All those fires in California. So, but I grew up in the concrete jungle. So I'm glad Father birthed me into that lifestyle because I appreciate everybody was the same. Nobody was nicer to me, or nobody was mean, more mean. Everybody was mean. It was the same. So I'm so blessed to have grown up around the melting pot. If there was ever a melting pot, that would be Los Angeles, the city of angels, the messenger. I'm a messenger. Obviously, I'm an angel. I was born in the city. I come with this message of revelation. I birthed and declare this line of this. I don't birth through my mouth. It comes out. This vessel bursts the declaration of this age and declares with 100% proof. I've shown you that we are in the last book. So he birthed me as a messenger in the city of messengers. It only makes sense why I'm an angel. Rolled around on the concrete jungle. Now I don't want to fight with nobody. I'm a pacifist now. I've had to defend my life. I defend others, and I will continue. But now the fight by flight. Come out of her, my people, wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. You want to sit there like a duck in a pond and just get picked off? No, you move to a safer location. So I use the word to guide me as my light, to be that light for others in a dark place. Hopefully, I'm not trying to shine above others, but people lose their instrumentation, they lose their navigation, their ways. If you're just a light, they don't need that. Can find their way. So I try to hopefully others will find that light through this ministry. And it's not me. He said to share it. So it's not me. He's the light they see at the top of my head. Coming out my face is his. Remember, not of my own. That's the light. Alatia. Harizo. That is the light. Harizo. Remember, I'm the divider of the day and night, dark and light. I divide you from, I imprison you, I enslave you in this vessel, this meat suit. I'm going to test your flesh. I'm going to test your will. I'm going to test, most importantly, your faith. Hallelujah. By faith alone, brothers and sisters, are we saved by salvation. He already knew and he already chose. So isn't that a beautiful thing? We don't have to worry about wrestle, not against this flesh and blood. He already paid with blood. And we're not under that. Baptism is supposed to, garments washed white, clean. When I return without blemish, washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's that blood. So I hope you understand what he means by that. It's spiritual blood. It's a spiritual walk that we're in here. And we all get a different measure in this case. I didn't ask for this. I never, ever would have dreamed that my prior past would lead to this day right here. But honor that he has bestowed upon me, not to be above other, to have been such a filthy thing, now to try to get people to be the complete opposite is such a blessing, because I don't mean to be like that, but it's like being a loaded gun on safety. It's still there, but he keeps on. I don't say safety. I say, hey, tribulation, suffering. Remember, I don't keep Jesus nonsense. This is going to be a hard walk in Christ. So, but if you remember, the virgins were prepared. They had oil and they were not caught unaware. They were not going in the wrong direction. Land, a light that in a harbor points people to an area that's, don't hide it. So we've got to go out and talk about these things. Easy times, weak men. Right? Hard, strong men. So we don't want to, we don't want to be strong in faith. We have to go through suffering. And that's part of what a blessing with this ministry. It's just been a blessing to have look back, and now the years that we've gained behind us now, to know that we, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm kind of out in the middle, you guys. We're getting some energy coming. Obviously, if you've been watching the sun has had some energy that's left. The sun is major driver of what goes on in our upper atmospheres with the way our web based. I mean, we do have a considerable amount of our web that runs through our seas through cording optics, fiber optics, and but we do have a lot of satellite based energy that does affect. And where I'm at, more of that is on the repeater. So anyways, Father is making this very clear to me. I don't want to make predictions, guys. That's not, I don't do that. I don't like the idea of people, because that's a false teacher, a false prophet. Prophet is a teacher. So that's the word teacher. But don't call me teacher. He says, call no man teacher. I'm just sharing the gospel with you, because that's where we're supposed to be charitable with the word. We're not supposed to not hide it. Yeah, I didn't go out and look at the. I was out for a minute last night. I didn't. Think it was, maybe I did. It was over here on this side over here. But anyways, I'm kind of a moon freak, not a lunar tick. I probably have more moons tattooed on my body than any other person I know. I have a lot of moons. I think I probably have more moons than suns. I wonder if I have more moons or more suns tattooed on my body. I don't know. I have a bunch though. That's all I know. So probably more moons. Are you a lunar tick? Are you sure you're not some pagan dude? You're always talking about the stars and stuff. So anyways, there's a celestial clock above our head, and it's brought us to this time in the celestial age where we're at now. And that's the beautiful thing about this ministry too, is to be able to declare the age. The passing from deception, Foamahawk the fish, now pouring out that, he says, go to the man with the living water, that vessel, right? That pouring out that vessel of that water. And that's where we're at now. We've came into the age of understanding. The veil is lifted. And if mooning me, huh? Yep, I've got the moon always showing. If anybody's, dang, this eye. That's what got me up, guys. I woke up from a sleep with that crap. I mean, a hard sleep. This eye is just like going to crap. It has good days. I have good days with this eye, and some days it's just hard to function with, man. Today is one of those days that I just want to touch it and scratch it. I feel like I got major something in my eye. This side of this inner tear duct just keeps going. That dry, burning, and then that, obviously, this. But I was looking in the mirror before I came on here. That little black spot is getting larger on my eye. So I don't know what that is, like another pupil that's forming below to the inner portion of my pupil. I think it must be, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's there, and it's annoying. But okay, either way. So I don't have to get all this stuff right. I don't even care about being right or wrong. All I really know is that I can't stand around and watch these things happen and then partake in them. I'm taking a massive risk, 9 months of going and waiting for this county to do something. I think is more than enough time. If I could just go see, yeah, no, this isn't Boogie. There's no, what it is I took a concussion grenade to the face, and I've suffered a stroke, and my retina's burnt, and so it's an ongoing, and I haven't been to an optometrist to have it looked at, and I've had a concussion for, now I'm pretty sure, I don't know how long. I should know more of that. So it's just, that's what it is. I can't fix it, It's just, it comes and goes. Some days I don't feel that. I just have to deal with the stupid thing in my eye, the sand and the hair. It looks like sand and hair in my eyes, and deal with that. But some days it just feels like somebody just, I woke up from a dead sleep. You know what I'm saying? I was passed out, and just like, oh, my eye, like, oh my God, I feel like somebody just took a freaking, like a ice pick and just, so, yeah, it's just annoying. I think Father too, I've always had really problems itching my eyes, even like some of my military pictures, you can tell my eyes like do weird things and stuff. This eye, I think over here, was bothering me or something. I have always had some. So I think that's how I'm able to deal with this now, because my eyes have always been very itchy and dry and irritated, and my eyes are, I've always had excellent vision, but my eyes have just always bothered me. People are like, damn, you use a lot of eye drops, and that might not be the best thing to do, but it helps my eyes to just, they get so stinking, I don't know. it's dry out or whatever it is. But yeah, no eye drops help with what I got going. It is what it is. But anyways, it doesn't cut some seconds at Eiley. I don't know what's going on there. Growing another, if I grow a slit or something, I don't know if you can see, but there's like another little black dot. Somebody was looking at the live stream, I guess, and came in and was looking at my eye when they were looking at what's going on. They're like, there's another black dot on the inside of your eye, or so. But I am thankful that I still have vision in that eye, and I can still see. I have to look around the whatever the blurry or whatever the hair and the sandy look. But it's only when it feels like it's scratched, that it really bothers me like that. Otherwise, I can deal with it. But otherwise, when you feel like it's scratched, you want to rub it. You want to rub your eye. You want to comfort it, and touch it, and that just makes it a lot worse. So I'm thankful, like I said, that I don't have this deal with every day, and just sometimes it comes and goes. So I don't know what made me last night, why I just from being passed out, going, waking up to just like, it's just so bad today, just whatever it is. So I keep wanting to touch it, and try to rub it because I feel like something's in my eye, and there's nothing in my eye. There's nothing in it. It just does this. And you guys seen it. It'll go away maybe before the end of the day. I don't know what causes it to come or go. There's no onset. So, but I'm thankful to have vision, and I can see very clearly, as far as without even having the eye here, so to speak, that it was just meant to be. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what causes it to hurt like that sometimes. Like I feel like it got scratched, it's all, because we've all done that, when you feel like you got scratched, you want to rub it and get it to tear out and get it. I think eye is the fastest healing part of our body, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. I think our eye, because it's so much water, it does heal faster than part of our body. And you could look that up. I don't think I'm wrong on that, if I'm not mistaken. So, speaking of eyes, I see things so clearly now, where we're headed. And I feel very blessed. And I was supping with Father this morning, again, and talking to him and telling him, thank you for all these blessings, the ability to just think I have one land payment now. I don't have 4 land payments. I have 1 land payment. So, well, I only had 3 because I'd paid that one off too. But no, I only have 1. And that I have, I lose it for any reason. It's an awesome piece of land. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's not the ministry. And again, I haven't paid on that land for 10 years, or I think I paid on it for 5 years now. Can't believe that much time has gone by. And so I try to let the system on this case, guys, do what it's supposed to do. But in this case, they haven't been able to provide me any counsel. So I don't think I'm rushing to do something here when with what I'm doing in my life. It seems like, well, you're so close to the end, Tracy, they're going to possibly get you an attorney sooner or later. No, they're not. They could go another 9 months without getting me any kind of attorney. And I can't sit with my son not knowing where he's at. My only way to get justice for him is to push my case through. So, so I just can't sit around 9 more months not knowing where my son is at. So I kind of hung around the U.S. to continue this ministry and help my son out. But I was already very interested in where I was headed and where I'm going to head. And I'm not Cool. So, as soon as my case, because my case is super simple, guys, it's not very hard. As soon as they look at the case, they'll have to call what is called right of discovery. Your discovery is the evidence in the case. It's called suppression of evidence and right of discovery, right of discovery and suppression of evidence. They can't suppress any evidence in the case before trial. That means nothing can be brought up. Oh, look what we got on him now, and I didn't get a chance to review over your discovery, so I can call witness. You have the right to call witness. That's your Sixth Amendment right in a criminal trial. Okay. And so, in your favor, that's why Elijah's case was not even legal. Even the one they were trying to put him on trial for 2 days, there was no witnesses even there, and they wanted to try to put me through a 2-day trial. It would take them 2 months to probably do a trial with me. It would probably take them 2 years to prepare the trial just to get it ready. Yes, your right to fair and speedy trial is your Sixth Amendment right. You have the right to fair, speedy trial and call witness under your Sixth Amendment. Under your Miranda rights, you have the right to adequate counsel. So if they violate your speedy trial right, like in my case, they swatted my house, and it's been 9 fucking months, and they have not provided me with an attorney. Remember, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, right? If you have the right to an attorney to be present during questioning. If you cannot afford one, will be appointed to you. Well, I haven't been able to sell anything until just recently, and it's been 9 fucking months. And I had sold not ability. Nobody's, like I said, nobody made a GoFundMe for this channel. Nobody put in a single dime towards any legal fund for me. And that's okay. I don't want this ministry to pay for it. I want them to pay for it. They're the ones who fucking swatted my house. Why would somebody have to pay out of this ministry? But nobody made a legal fund for me. Nobody chipped in any money. So I had to allow the system to provide me that. If they're going to arrest your body, take you into custody, they have to show cause, probable cause, have a warrant. The crime you've committed, show reasonable articulate suspicion, probable cause, articulate the crime that you committed, show that on paper with warrant by having a secret indictment and grand jury. It's stupid, but that's the way it works in our system. And then they bring that warrant, and then they serve the warrant in they didn't even serve the warrant properly. They came here in 45 seconds. They hit me in the face with a grenaded me in the face at 45 seconds after being, me going live. They were here for, I don't know, another 30 seconds or something before I went live. As soon as they announced they were here, I only slept for 3 minutes. I just passed out or something. I'd only laid down 15, 20 minutes after I got off my stream. They were watching everything I was doing. They were watching everything I was doing. They were here. They had drones. They were on the live stream. They said they were, so they knew damn good and well about Elijah's 180 hours. And they didn't do any of that stuff. They didn't look at it. They just prepared a SWAT warrant. They came out here and didn't even serve it properly. You don't just hit somebody in the face with a concussion grenade. And so there's nobody protecting my son here. The system has failed him. I stood in to try to help my son, and they ended up throwing charges on me. So I don't have no confidence in the system. I just waited 9 fucking months for them to provide me with some sort of legal counsel. I brought Kevin into the courtroom. He heard Vandenberg, which I can FOIA request, Clerk Vandenberg say that, yes, I'm going to continue to violate your Sixth Amendment right to fair trial. He said that. He openly admitted it. So I don't recognize this bullshit. And now I'll be in the same position as my son. It sucks because this shit they just drop it, and all they have to do is look at this case and call under right of discovery and suppression of evidence. When they start this case, they're going to say, well, okay, you arrested him with the SWAT warrant. Now we want to see the officer's body cam footage of the Miranda rights. That would be Sam Birch, who said he Mirandized me. There will be no body cam of Sam Birch ever Mirandizing me. He said he read me my rights, and I chose to remain silent. He took me to the county jail, which is almost 2 hours away near California border, and I ripped his ass for almost 2 hours straight. How the fuck would I remain silent? That's what their fucking police report says. That he read my fucking Miranda rights and I chose to remain silent. There's going to be no video footage, no body cam footage of me ever being Mirandized, which means this case gets dropped immediately. Just off a Miranda charge. If they don't Mirandize your body, it's not an illegal arrest or not a legal arrest. That's an illegal arrest. So I don't believe there's going to be any footage of them Mirandizing Adriana, which I don't know where the fuck she's at. And I don't know. There's not going to be any footage because when the state, they turned me over, I was obviously calm and I did what they told me to do and I didn't resist and Elijah didn't resist and Adriana did. None of us resisted any arrest. It was not what they were expecting. And then when they said they did the same thing to Elijah, I don't think Elijah stayed quiet. So, yeah, that's right. That's still your Sixth Amendment right, Boogie. Part of your call witness in your favor. Witness can be evidentiary witness. It doesn't always have to be a physical witness. Witness could be physical, documentation. Thank you. I appreciate it. So this whole case is fucked, guys. They didn't even Mirandize me. I didn't remain silent. When they turned me, I was with the state. I'm like, oh, good. Finally, this got taken out of this county's hands. I thought the state, maybe they bring me to the state. I didn't know they're going to fucking take me to the county jail. I thought the state I didn't know exactly how. So when they brought me out there, like I said, I'd had my bell rung, obviously, but I know as soon as they took me to the back of that SWAT vehicle, they drug me out to the edge of the property, walked me all the way down the fucking driveway. And when I'm like, what the fuck were they? And then they turned me over. So that's when they turned me over to the county. And I didn't stop screaming for 2 hours, guys. I didn't. I didn't scream. I elevated my voice to my cop speak voice that I have, obviously. Maybe it was a little bit more toned out because I was not happy. But so the case gets dropped immediately. The case will get dropped immediately. So I just need to get the fuck away from the county and this state. And it doesn't matter whether I can leave or not. I don't give a fuck. They don't care about. I just accused the fucking judge and all that shit. The last time I went into court, said, "What the fuck is my son? Did you guys kill him? What do you have to do? Why? You shot my son already. They already fucking shot my son in the chest." So, and you can hear it on the live stream. He's doing everything he's told. He's complying with their fucking orders. What now? And they just shoot him anyways. Just, it doesn't matter. They came here in 45 seconds and grenaded me in the face. So this is a rogue SWAT team. Every one of those men should serve time in prison and probably will. It's just going to have to get out of this fucking county. So I don't trust the federal government because they're very fucking aware of this case. Fuck you, government. Fucking CIA, NSA, DOJ. I already called all these fucking people and told them about this county for years. The feds are very aware of this case. They fucking know about this case. Bullshit. This fed is more rogue than this county. It is, in a sense. They should have stepped in here long ago. They know goddamn good well. That fucking cop out here, that Sergeant fucking Rourke, he ended up getting caught doing meth on the fucking job. On the job. So, I can't get everything exact. My timeline's correct, but I can't when my system's not working for me. So I'm done with this shit. There's no body cam footage of me ever being Mirandized. The case gets thrown out. They kept me in jail illegally for a fucking week extra. My son's attorney, Dan Spencer, gave me counsel, co-counseled me, co-counseled, gave me counsel, legal counsel. That is illegal. You can't have every defendant in a case has to have a different attorney. My son's attorney many a times represented me in court. Actually realized he had fucked up, that he wasn't just going to sweep me under the rug, and realized who the fuck I was. He went in there and pleaded to the judge, "I'm not representing him now. I'm representing the Constitution." And he realized. So That's why all he ever did was try to prepare Elijah's conviction to save his own ass. So Dan Spencer will hopefully serve a grip load of time in prison. And everybody I've always said on this case will. But there's no way that I can have this done in America. Nobody's going to listen to this shit. The government's rogue. The Fed is rogue. They should have already come out and arrested every fucking police officer. This judge out here, Ted Martin, all these people. Sure, it was questioning them the whole right. Yeah. Cash Patel, yeah, another criminal. Cash Patel. Dude should be had his head chopped off and thrown in prison immediately. Another one of these rogue enemies of the state, but people just dig these people. Watch out for Cash too, you guys. These people just, this chump keeps adding more to the swamp. I hate to break it to you. Wait, hold on, that's his team. You are the swamp. So, anyways. There is no government in America. I'm proof that there is no innocent until proven guilty. It's been 9 months since the state of Oregon swatted my house, and not one phone call I've ever got from any agency. Nothing has been done in 9 fucking months after swatting my house. They had the fucking balls to swat my house and then don't even have the legal counsel to provide me the counsel that you fucking swatted my house for. So I don't recognize it anymore, and I don't care what the fuck they try to do to me. Not, whatever happens will happen, and God's will be done. I'm not going to sit there and let this system. For 9 months, I did everything that they were told me to do. You know, you're supposed to let the system do its job. They haven't done shit. So my plans are, as soon as I can possibly leave the United States, I'm going to leave and going to seek political asylum, religious asylum. That I've been religiously prosecuted, have been illegally prosecuted. They have not followed the Constitution. They have not followed any of the. I can FOIA request a judge saying, yes, I'm going to violate your Miranda rights and your Sixth Amendment right of fair and speedy trial. In court, he said that. So I don't need to recognize anything he says. Fuck him. But now I'll be under the threat of a gun, and I can't just walk the fuck out of here, and I should be able to. They should drop this fucking case. I should go fucking get my passport and leave and not have any resistance. But no, I stood up for my son, and now I'm going to get threatened to be just like my son. The only way that I think my son will be found will be by the threat of a gun and a man with a fucking gun. They have a search warrant out for his arrest, so that means men with guns are going to try to put him in a fucking cage before they'll listen to anything he says. And look at what they've done already. Nobody cares about Elijah Werner. Nobody cares about his fucking case, except for me. And I jumped his charges. I jumped his evidence. I became, when you become the evidence. You're looking at evidence. I'm evidence. I became the evidence. So it's what you do. I already threatened to kill Tony Karsten, take his fucking life with my bare hands to save my son from fucking going to prison in the same fucking case. Same case. There'll be record of me calling John Kliego. I can't do it. I'm not going to let my son get thrown in prison. They didn't provide any evidence. If they just want to fucking railroad him this county, whatever. They get paid for this rapist for a whole year. I let this fucking county know this. My son is sitting in jail. The rapist is lying about his charges, moving with the community, not notifying probation or parole department. He's on parole. That's illegal. Send this motherfucker back to prison. I got the right of discovery. I got the evidence in my son's case. 5 fucking people involved in my son's case. 5 guys, teenagers, minor child, kids. This guy's in his fucking 40s, a rapist. He gets these guys involved in this petty breaking into empty buildings out here that have been abandoned and fucking gets them all charges. He don't ever do a fucking day in jail, never gets a conviction. And I have the evidence showing that he is at the fucking scene of the crime with these kids breaking into some fucking vent on some little fucking trailer or something, trying to get in the trailer. And he's there. Accomplice. That's a fucking crime. And I go scream to them, send this motherfucker back to prison. He's there. That's a criminal charge. Revoke his parole. Nope. He gets to run fucking free as my son sits in county jail for a fucking year. And I'm just supposed to be quiet about that, right? No. Fuck no. This rapist, and a rapist, murderer, and a pedophile are on parole. They notify the parole department when they move around. They can't just move around without notice. They could disappear into some other county and hurt. He was doing this. And I'm like, Lily Frank, this is your fucking chicken here. This guy, you got this guy in your, this guy's buying my son cigarettes. He's 19. He shouldn't be smoking. His old lady don't want him fucking smoking cigarettes anyways. It's been months getting this fucking place, years for her to be together. These people are high school sweethearts. Now she's finally out here and he ain't even hanging around her because he doesn't want to fucking smoke cigarettes around her to try to be somewhat courteous. And this fucking rapist right here is buying them for him. Get this motherfucker away from my son. He's buying them. That's contributing to a minor. He's buying them all cigarettes. He ended up buying the minor child, buying him cigarettes. So it is, Boogie. That's what I explained. It's their fucking ring. If he would have my son would have taken a charge, this shit would already been gone years ago. But they try to pin my son saying he's the ringleader of this petty ring of fucking it was this rapist. And I had proof of it on how he lured my son in with rocks. And then I caught these kids with fucking arrowheads in their pockets that weren't even chipped from the city. And these are fucking from China and shit. This is all buy him from a fucking by the 100, let him little trails into these buildings. He's a fucking mastermind, and that's how he got these kids involved. And they never charged. Tony Karsten is his name. If you want to look him up, he served 12 years of his 25 or 13 years of his 25 sentence and was released into Oregon on a contract where they got paid for him to be in here in the parole system because this is the poorest county in the state of Oregon. There are many counties across the United States with the same fucking issue. And that's why they tried to shut me up, and they don't want this case to go fucking public. This exposes a lot of corruption. So they tried to come out and send the fucking state of Oregon to come out here and just kill me. They bragged about it at the local fucking restaurant up there that's only one open at night. So it had to be that restaurant because they all met that night to meet up with the state of Oregon and the county to come out here and get rid of this fucking loudmouth veteran that won't shut the fuck up about the farmers buying meth from the police department through Tom Rourke. No, he's not. No, he's not. Tracy, no, he's not. Well, why the fuck is his vehicle always hanging out at the people who deal meth in this fucking town? Is he investigating? Oh, I heard something about his wife having a habit and his son sells it to the fucking farmers. You fucking, shh. Oh, the farmers are so proper out here. They don't do none of them motherfuckers go round and round in a circle for fucking 24 hours a day and produce the number one alfalfa on the planet. How do you think they do that? They get a little bump, huh? Uh-huh. They want people like me to shut the fuck up about this. The cahoots, farmers, and cops are in bed together out here. The money and they fucking work together out here. They want me to shut up about this shit. Well, guess what? Tom Rourke is now not a police officer because he got caught on the job doing methamphetamines. I brought it up on the FOIA request if you'd like to know when they pulled Kevin over fucking for going 8 miles an hour. We got Kevin in court. That cop said he radared him going west. Kevin was parked when that fucking red cop was going west. Lying fucking pig, and they still got away with it. They still got away with it. I just do this for a fucking living. Whatever. I told you I was a pig myself. I've done run radar. Doppler, you can't even pinpoint. It's not laser. Anyways, I got this cop saying he was traveling fucking west when Kevin was parked inside of the fucking post office when this cop was traveling, pulled in. And he said he radared us when we were parked. This fucking dude was lying. I caught him and the judge still I had to leave. I'm like, there you go. Kevin still got fucking charges. They still charged him 8 fucking miles an hour the speed limit. He wasn't speeding. 8 miles an hour speed limit. Does that sound like a fucking speeding ticket anyway? Rick went in there and had a stroke. Rick had a fucking stroke. He couldn't believe what that judge did to him. He wouldn't even listen to him. Rick prepared for months his case, did a beautiful job too, but suffered a stroke. Got a fucking stroke out of the hospital, guys, after that day. That was a hard day for, like I said, they locked our ass in there. I was like, Kevin, they fucking locked us in there. I never seen them do that before, man. They did that. They didn't do that last time, did they? He's like, well, we might be both going because they got us both locked in here now. So, but anyways, it's a bunch of bullshit. Like I said, it's a kangaroo court, and that's their corrupt way to get conspiracy charges, to get charges dumbed up for the county courts. Yep, they charge. I believe I have way more evidence to show that they're involved and they know something, just like this person that's involved with my son being seen or dead. who I put out on this channel. It should be hard to figure it out now. Knows something all this person has ever done is lied to me since my son's arrest. Never been truthful, and all I've gotten is lies. So I know that person is involved and has some known whereabouts, because that's where my son's vehicle is at. My son's vehicle is at this location, and I can't call the cops. They won't help me. I can't call the cops. This person is well involved in this case, and the feds are very aware of who this person is. And that's where my son's vehicle is at. I thought I found my son. I started doing my own investigation. They won't fucking help my son. Where's that? I pulled every lead I could fucking find that I had access. I didn't have many, and I pulled my leads. And when I showed up, I fucking found my son's car. And it don't make sense. I'm being lied to, and I know it. So I think that person has everything or knows exactly where my son is at, and has either something to do with his safe place, and I'm fucked trying to, maybe this guy's providing a safe place for my son, but I don't think so. If he would have done that, he would have fucking bailed my son out the very first day he said he was going to. And he did nothing but lie to me and then be deceptive. And then, like I said, he took my fucking dog from me for months and wouldn't even give me my dog back, and I was in a hard place, and a lot of precious metals, almost 40 pounds of silver ended up disappearing too. So that's kind of my retirement that was taken from me. I could have got an attorney, but I put all confidence in Will and the Father if you want anything different. So, but it's kind of hard, guys, because I now think I've discovered where my son might be. But I can't call. Nobody will help me. I'm the state of Oregon ain't going to help me. They're the ones who swatted my house. You think I can call the county and they're going to help me? No, I'm not going to get any cooperation. So I have to put faith that, Father is doing that with whoever this person is doing this by Father's will. And even if they're doing things to me that I don't agree with and they're not right, Father is definitely in control of this situation. So what a horrible situation is to be in when you think you know where your son's at and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. I have no legal counsel. They won't look at shit. It's been 9 months, and, I won't be too much longer before they'll probably, if I don't agree with their shit. I've been going for 9 fucking months, all through there, jumping through every fucking hoop, and they have not provided me any counsel. Why do I even recognize this? So if I don't, they'll eventually issue a warrant for my arrest too. And I'll be under the same bullshit that my son is, that he has to be looking over his fucking shoulder. That's why I'm making a big deal about this. I'm tired of my son if he is having to look over his fucking shoulder for 9 fucking months, and this could have been dealt with a long time ago. I had a point where I said no more. You know what I'm saying? And you should see that on this channel where I drew a line in the sand and I said, no more, no more. Absolutely not. I will not sit there and recognize this bullshit. 9 fucking months is more than enough time to allow this state, county to do whatever the fuck they're going to do. The feds could have got out here and they didn't. So fuck you, NSA, and fuck you, CIA, and fuck you, DOJ. You're a bunch of alphabet soup agencies. You're a fucking bunch of losers. Damn good well you know who the fuck I am. Ain't like this is my first fucking blog. I've been blogging on this platform for over a decade. You're very aware of who the fuck I am. I'm not some just lay down little punk bitch. I stand up for the right of the people. I threatened to take a man's life to keep my son from going and getting locked up in fucking prison. But remember, he was a menace to society, and he's a fucking rapist. And he's putting this county in jeopardy, and this county don't care about their fucking residents. I called Michael Taylor about it. Go look on the local page, and me calling out the elected fucking sheriff. You let a rapist run around in this town, and you never even addressed my calls ever. You didn't get a call because you're an absolute nutcase. Okay, well, if I'm a nutcase, don't you think you should at least fucking look into something? Now, this is even pretty sad what happened out here too, Boogie. It really is. A lot of people compare sense. The very reminiscent of the Bundy, shooting of, LaVoy Finicum, not Bundy, the Hammonds, here in Oregon of that. That's what they did. To hire the state of Oregon to come in here and shoot me. They had drones out here. They were surveilling this place for fucking state of Oregon, was in here trying to intimidate me. We got Oregon's got some of the best snipers in the fucking United States, just preparing this warrant to come out here and kill me. That's why they didn't have a warrant for my daughter. So they literally that day kidnapped my daughter. They took her without warrant. They cannot do that with articulating the crime she's committed, showing probable cause, and bringing a search warrant for her fucking arrest, her body. That's a Miranda violation as well. So, yep. So that's an illegal arrest, and that's a kidnapping. The state of Oregon kidnapped Adriana Massey, and I don't know where she's at either. She's missing now too. So they shot my son. And now he went missing playing a online game where he is known to do like racing and stuff. He does has a pretty big following. He's really good at some of those racing games. He makes actually he got paid to do it. I couldn't even believe the money he made to spend a couple hours of his time when I was there to run through these races. He had money wired to his freaking like over $100, a couple $100 almost wired to his account, trying to, when I went and visit him, he didn't want to do it. He's like, I want to hang out with you, but I'm kind of already had it set up. So he was playing an online game and went black. And this is bullshit. I'm tired. I don't know if my son is, I know that this person that I mentioned, guys, has been mentioned on this channel, has something to do with it. There's no way he doesn't. There's no fucking way he doesn't. He's the man that said he had my fucking silver and then turned around and said he didn't have it. There's the man who fucking said he had my passport after he said he didn't have my silver, and then said he sent it and it never showed up. It's just bullshit. Nothing but fucking lies. So, like I said, this is supposedly my friend too. Supposedly my friend. Never once since my son's arrest has he come to fucking step and look me in the fucking eyes to come visit me. I had to drive all the way, go down to where he was at to go get my fucking dog. And I know he came and picked up my fucking dog to help me out, but I asked for my dog back almost nearly immediately, and he wouldn't even give my fucking animal back. I picked him up. He had 5 or 6 ticks just in his face. He was fucking hammered, man. So he's doing good now, but I just don't want to be lied to again. So I'm going to cut off that. I'm not going to let this motherfucker ever lie to me again. The only way that man can make face is admit what he did and give me my fucking passport, because I know he has it. He's lying, and I don't care. I don't believe his bullshit story about fucking sending it in the fucking mail. Bullshit. Nothing but lies from this guy. So why is my son's fucking car at this guy's house? And all she's, oh, well, they brought it here I went and picked it up to because they needed money. Adriana needed money for a fucking attorney. Well, where's the little yellow truck that you bought from him? Oh, well, he bought that. Well, get your fucking story straight. Either needed money for a goddamn attorney. Why the fuck would you be driving? They weren't even on the run then or anything. He hadn't even left. Why the fuck would you trade a black car for a yellow fucking truck and go on the run with a yellow truck? It makes no fucking sense. Stupid. A yellow car stands out of all cars. Red looks like you're speeding, but yellow, I don't give a fuck how old it is. It stands out. So now his truck's not there that he sold to this guy, and now the car's there that, he supposedly sold it. Why the fuck he could have sold it to anybody? It's not like they sold it. Oh, they gave him a good deal on that. Could at least went with I fucking paid more to help him out, but a good deal, they could have got a fucking sold it to anybody. So, it's bullshit, guys. Fucking bullshit. I can't get any help now either. I think I have a pretty good understanding why Father's just been rebuking me about this same thing. And like I said, I might be right, but why the fuck did my son go missing in September when he was in court in October on the phone? And then I got criminal summons to his trial for December and November. And he went missing in fucking September. They're just lying to me, guys. I just keep getting lied to, and I can't get anywhere. So my safety is in jeopardy. I fear 100% for my life they're going to come fucking try to kill me again. I can't just keep staying here, guys. I am an enemy of the state because I put out fucking this truth, and they don't like it either. So I got to go. I get the fuck out of here, and the only way I'm going to get out of here is if Father will part the seas for me. And I'm not going to plan an attack on another country. I just want to leave. All these people say, well, if you like fucking America, then leave. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get out of here. I should have my passport by now. These charges should be dropped by now. I should be able to just leave. But instead, I'm still being faced with going to fucking prison. My passport never showed up when I know somebody's lying to my fucking face. That or he knows something. He's protecting him. Bullshit. No, he's not. No, he's not. I know he's not. He's not protecting my son. No, he's not. No, the fuck he's not. I'm not going to buy that bullshit. Maybe the only person that potentially could have, but nah. Too many fucking lies. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. Any of that could be possible. I probably can prove it. And if you don't fucking go take care of this now and he returns my fucking mail, I'm going to have him fucking federally arrested. You better get involved with this. I called in the county sheriff and he gave me my fucking silverback. That ended up getting stolen from me. But yeah, I got this fucker down. Could be serving federal fucking prison time still to this day. He wouldn't be out of prison by now. Stealing fucking mail as a postmaster is a federal fucking crime. And I let it slide. We do, Banner. Let me get up on the bed. Did you get up there, buddy? Okay, good boy. Are you laying there with? Okay. That's blocking the little ladder. Yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, I can't just keep staying here waiting. They could go a whole nother 9 months. Not know where my son's at. Nobody cares where he's at. Nobody knows if he's dead. Nobody knows if he's alive. Nobody will call me. Stop, Pants. So I got to do something for my son, guys. I mean, nobody gives a shit about this young man. And stop. So actually, I need to go move. I don't sit on this side, and the sun's going to come up over here. So I need to go move this side. I might have to end the stream for a little bit, get the battery back up, charged. All right. Well, the sun's not up yet, so I don't think it's going to charge those panels yet, but left here. 25%. Prosecution God should be using him to get. Oh. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I have to state my case if I'm gonna obviously put myself in the crosshairs again, because right now I've been doing for 9 months everything that they've told me to do to try to get them so I can get this squared away for my son's case, because it's not even really my case. It was his case that I jumped to try to, because they wouldn't look at his evidence ever, and are just trying to wrongfully convict him. So once again, I became the evidence, and I ended up getting swatted, and getting this ministry was wrecked, and still haven't been able to repair the windows, and some of the fencing hasn't, all the kennels and all the I had a farm full homestead out here, and they wrecked it, just ruined it, didn't give a shit, and just ran it all over, didn't care, had no regard for property or life out here again. They were coming to take my life, and I believe Father protected me that day. And so in a sense, I know he's still protecting my son no matter where he's at, but I not be able to get any answers from anybody just because I'm kind of separated myself. Elijah was just doing his thing with his wife. He had gotten in no trouble. Although he got in trouble, he had already done everything he was supposed to do. And that's 100% documentable. I can document Elijah's case. I'm a prior law enforcement officer, and I did it. I streamed for hundreds of hours when the state of Oregon was very aware of Elijah's 180 hours. Nobody's ever came to me. It's kind of funny. I am facing charges, felony fucking charges for hindering prosecution. That's my charges. Hindering prosecution. Yeah, I won't let you fucking throw my son in a cage because I know he did this community fucking service. And now you're going to charge me with fucking felonies and you won't even look at the fucking evidence. I'm the evidence. What's your evidence? Well, I wouldn't let you fucking arrest him because I know he has he did all this. Here's all the proof. Tom, Don, Morgan, the two females, all these phones, all of it. I have all the chat, all this, hundreds of hours. And they were in here on the stream saying they were watching it. And instead of looking in to make one phone call, like when I called Lake County when my son had completed all his 180 hours and making sure Elijah's done all these, I just called his attorney and we want to make sure we get documentation. They said he had done it there. No phone calls were ever made. Nothing has ever. That's what's so fucking funny now. It doesn't even matter if I fuck up again, because I didn't fuck up at all. I've broken no law. But if I don't go by their stupid little fucking I can't leave or I can't do shit or I gotta come fucking do their stupid trial bullshit, they're making me drive 2 fucking hours away and back without even having a trial date set. I don't even have a fucking attorney. They're wasting my fucking time. For 9 months, they have not provided any kind of legal anything. Nothing. After swatting my house. So I have charges with interfering with a peace officer. 2 felony counts of interfering with a peace officer. 2 felony counts of hindering prosecution. So in my case, they're going to have to prove that Elijah didn't do the fucking 180 hours. Yeah, that's why I held him, because I know he did it. So in my case, well, why didn't you let him stop the fucking car? Well, first of all, tags being fucking expired is not reason for stop. But I'm not going to, if I didn't let you take him from the ministry, I'm sure in the fuck I ain't going to let him, because I'm going to go get his wife a fucking shower after having her here for almost 2 weeks and have to take fucking, there's water here, but not bucket showers, and there is showers here. I just wanted to get her as much hot water as she wanted. So that was the reason why they ended up busting in here. Because I wouldn't let my son stop the fucking vehicle after that cop followed us for fucking miles and tries to turn on his fucking lights. Bullshit. We ain't even that far from the house. And my son didn't speed. He never sped. Even says in their police report, he just continued to do the same speed. If you show the docu-cam, there was only 1 car that passed us. No public jeopardy. His lives were put in jeopardy. This wasn't some fucking police pursuit. The cop didn't even pull up with his fucking lights on. Didn't get out of his fucking car. Didn't chase anybody. Didn't do none of that. They're saying this is fucking felony eluding, and they didn't even pursue anybody. The cop pulled up down this driveway with his fucking lights off. No sirens, no lights. I started fucking barking shit at him. He didn't even get out of his car. Never said a fucking word. How does that a looting and felony? It's all bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. So it's all, like I said, it's all there. I have all the documentation. If you look, like I said, there's streams of me doing the same fucking hour streams. All this is the documentation that's still up there. All these streams are still hundreds of hours of me streaming all this documentation of Elijah's 180 hours. Every breakdown of it. I mean, I did it for hundreds of hours before they ever, and they said they were watching. That's pretty fucking funny. Is now they have the burden of proof to prove that Elijah didn't do the fucking 180 hours. So when he went to trial or whatever, Dawn, Tom, Morgan, the two females, Chad, look, Elijah Werner could have got off probation at 18 months. Ryan Solberg, his probation officer, said yes, because he completed all his hours in Lake County. That was the terms of his release, to go from Lake to Lane County. That if I'd paid off his restitution, which I called Elijah at 17 months and said, hey, you're eligible to get off probation early. You completed all your hours to come here. Now, I don't know because you were involved with 5 other guys, what your restitution is. But if you'll get a hold of your probation officer, Ryan Solberg, remember, I know who Ryan is, Elijah. He knows who I am. Get a hold of Ryan and have him and see if you can get off probation at 18 months. So there's going to be a phone call, me calling my son, saying you can get off probation, and then he gets a hold of Ryan, and then I call John Caligo and say, I'm calling about the fucking restitution. No, he did initiate a stop. He did. He initiated a stop, Boogie. He did. He turned his lights on, but I told Elijah don't stop. So he initiated a stop, but I would not let Elijah stop the car. Absolutely. I live stream. It's on the live stream as well. I live stream that stop too. That's all here live stream. So on this platform, it's still up on this. You have to go back like 9 months ago, but you'll see it. It's on the live stream. And I wouldn't let Elijah stop the car. No, fuck no. I wouldn't let him fucking arrest him here. What the fuck would I let him arrest him with some fucking lights? I just told him don't speed. And like I said, he followed us for. That cop said Elijah did a fucking U-turn. No, he didn't. Look at the fucking satellite image. Elijah pulled in to the first house, turned around. I said, don't worry about it, Elijah. Just go back home. We'll get her a fucking shower later. Bad timing. It is what it is. We made it almost all the way back to the fucking house, like 3-4 miles before the cop ever turned his fucking lights on. Bull fucking shit. Or wherever he did. It don't fucking matter. It was a couple miles. I don't care what it was. He followed us for at least 3 fucking miles before he decided to turn his fucking lights on. Shut the fuck up. And it was for expired tags. And he said he couldn't even see the fucking tags, so he ran the license, and then he found out that it's fucking bullshit. And then they decided to pull off. They covered their ass in their fucking police report. I seen it, why they didn't pursue. Oh, we decided to pull off, or what? Fuck you. It's a fucking wanted felon, and you decided to pull off. Go fuck yourself. That'd have been good. Get down on the motherfucking ground. When I went back for fucking Torah in the car, oh shit, my people, I went back in the fucking car to get the cat, guys, just like I ate 4 or 5 fucking tear gas canisters for my animals. That wasn't even my cat. That's my son's cat. And I'm like, oh, shit, because the doors are open. I went back into the car. If this is a felony fucking traffic stop, like this fucking puke Sam Birch, or that was Lance Brown, I believe, he would have been a felony pursuit. When I would have went back in the car, I could have went for a gun. Get down on the motherfucking ground now, asshole. None of that. None of that. He opened up his door and he just stared at me. I just ripped his ass. You piece of shit. I already told you to fucking quit your fucking job. And no, I thought he was a different officer. I couldn't, whatever, it was in the zone. I don't care. They're all pigs to me. So they all look like fucking pigs. So they are. They're pigs, people in government. So not just clown cops, but these were dressed in badges and fake clown cops. So anyways, commerce cops. So, but anyways, yeah, he was on my property too. When he pulled up on the property, he was on my property. He wasn't on the axis. He pulled onto my property, and I went back in to get the cat. I was like, oh, my people. I meant cat. So I went back in there, and if that was some kind of felony fucking traffic stop, he would have fucking, get down on the ground, Mr. Werner, go blah, would have nothing. He sat there and fucking, I told him to leave. I said, get in here, fucking leave. And he left. He turned around and left, went down to the end of the driveway, started flashing his lights at me. Are you on the stream still? Because they said they're watching the stream. He's flashing his lights, so they're watching. And I'm like, oh, you need to see proof of God. Look at that. He just turned and left. And they ended up coming back with a search warrant, but No, this is a confiscation of property. That's not what it's about. But this is about getting Elijah and throwing him in a fucking rape cage. So, and I have all the evidence to prove he did this probation. So, why would I call Elijah's attorney, John Caligo, who I've used in the past as as legal counsel, and why would I have a record of me calling John saying, John, I can't figure out his restitution. There's 5 guys involved. It's $47,000. If I divide it by 5 guys, that's like about 10 grand a piece. It looks like they're trying to stick all this on Elijah in a sense. Remember how he's the only one who went to fucking jail, and he said I couldn't give you an exact. So I got off the phone with him, and I called Elijah and said, man, what do you got, son? What do you got you can throw up here? Dad, I just bought some land. I just paid that land off, by the way, too. I didn't get an attorney for myself. I paid the land off. Fuck them. I ain't spending no money. Fuck that. I didn't do this shit. I have affirmative defense. I know my rights, constitutional right. So they can waste their fucking money and their time. They're not going to waste mine. They're already wasting my time, and I'll be compensated at $2,049 an hour under the Treasument Calculator 1983 Tampa Bay case. You should look it up. So they've already been put on notice liability. That's why they won't let me go down there anymore too, because I record all their fucking conversations. So whatever. Why aren't they allowed cameras in the courtroom? That's bullshit. They're all on their phones too. Fucking drinks and all that shit. Fucking lying piece of shit. So, but anyways, they have the burden of proof in this case to show that my son didn't do these fucking hours, and he did them. Not only did he do them, he did it with 5 fucking people. 5 fucking people he did this community service with, and there were witnesses. So you got to remember too, fuck the witnesses, what they say. Let's just ping their phones. Cellular data showed that the Trump shooter, the second shooter, sat in the bushes for 8 hours or something, and then fucking moved 45 miles away after they pinged his cellular data evidence shows. So cellular data evidence will show that Elijah went to the fucking all these locations with multiple times with old multiple phones went with them too. They can't get away with this. And so they know that, you know what I'm saying? And I brought all this evidence instead of looking into any of this. Why would they not look? Remember, at 5 months, I called my son's probation office here, Lake County probation. I'm not on probation. Said, hey, I need to document this evidence. I called the attorney. 5 months. At 18 months or 17 months, I called the attorney and said, hey, John, I need to figure out this, restitution. I can't figure it out. Does he have to pay? I don't have $47,000. Why would the phone call exist of me calling Elijah saying, hey, you can get off probation early, man. You did all your probation community service back there. All you have to do is get your restitution paid off now, and you can get off probation at 18 months because you've done everything that you're supposed to do. You can get off. Why would that phone call exist to Ryan Solberg? Why did Ryan Solberg say he could get off probation if he just paid his restitution? See, again, if you look on the board, you can see Elijah didn't pay any restitution up to 18 months because he didn't know what to pay. There were 5 guys involved, and he didn't know exactly what to pay. But at 18 months, he started paying on his fucking action plan. You can see him start paying. Why wasn't nothing mentioned at 6 months that Elijah needed to continue his community service at 6 months? Elijah left Lake County at 5 months after doing his community service. That was the terms of his release, to get out of the county. Of course, the county can't get him to pay $47,000, but the county wants their fucking slave labor out of him, so they sent him out to the dunes multiple times to clean the dunes. They sent him to the fire station to paint the fire station. He called me bitching, Dad, I've been going to the same place now 2 days, 3 days in a row, and we're just raking the same fucking spot. We're not even doing anything out there. We're not even cleaning anything up. We're just putting in hours. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up, Elijah. Keep breaking. Do what you're told. You're getting your hours in. She's pissed at me because I'm pointing out Tony Carson's a rapist, and I'm pointing out in your case that the fucking criminals, or they know about this shit, and your dad is pissing him off. So, yep. And next thing you know, I brought up Tony Karsten, that he's running around doing fucking drugs, and they start piss testing my son. Piss testing my son. You ain't get no fucking drug charges. Breaking into some empty fucking trailers and shit. Abandoned trailers that were left out here for years. People they live them. They can't make it one winter out here and gone. Yeah. So I contact the fucking Lily Frank, the parole officer, and say, this motherfucker's, doing fucking access to fucking, drugs and all this shit. And he moved. They start piss testing my son. He didn't have no drug charges. Yeah, I went down there and ripped her ass about that too. What the fuck are you doing piss testing my son? This guy gets to go around and do whatever the fuck he wants. Gets to move within the county, buying these kids cigarettes, and you're fucking all over. Now you're piss testing my son. The fuck? Well, they wanted him out of here. So they worked him as quick as they could. They were working him in cases more than anybody else because they wanted him out of here. They thought that they could get him out of here. They could shut me up. So why is there a phone call exist at 17 months? Me calling my son saying, get hold of Ryan Solberg. Why did Ryan Solberg say, it's okay, Elijah, for you to get off probation, but you have to pay your restitution at 18 months? Those phone calls wouldn't exist if he wasn't eligible. I have so much evidence to prove my son did all these fucking hours and they ain't done shit. Nothing. They kept me in jail a whole extra week. They literally scarred the inner portion of my retina for life. I'm now growing some new fucking pupil out of my eye, whatever. I have some serious issues with my eye today, but physically scarred my body, physically caused physical damage to this property. There's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty. Not one time did they ever look to see if Elijah even ever did these fucking 180 hours. And that's their case. They have to prove he didn't at this point. That's what's fucking hilarious. So I don't care what I do. If I cop another fucking charge, go fuck yourself. It's not going to take away from the 180 hours. So I probably will not be showing up to the next court date. For 9 fucking months, I've towed their line. I have no fucking record. I'm an honorably discharged veteran, fuck all that shit, but whatever. I don't have a criminal record, and now I'm facing 4 fucking felony charges and a fucking misdemeanor criminal conspiracy because I'm standing up trying to show, hey, look, my son did these fucking hours. Stop trying to throw him in a fucking cage. Stop trying to prosecute him. You already threw him in jail at fucking 18 months or something when you shouldn't have done that. Stop fucking going after him. You're pissed at me. Come get me, bitch. Come on, government, you motherfuckers. You know you're watching this shit right now. Mulan Labe, you fucking dog shit. You're fucking garbage. You're rubbish. You don't hiss over any authority. That's why you haven't even called me once, DOJ. Fuck you, DOJ, feds. Fuck you. I've called your office, state. Fuck you, Kate Brown. You're not even in there anymore. Tina Kotek. I called your special office because we don't police ourselves, and nobody's fucking called me. You're fucking bullshit. You're going to try to kill my fucking son is what you're going to try to fucking do if you haven't done it already. And nobody gives a shit about this man. And he did his fucking time. 5 guys get into fucking trouble, and he's the only one to go to fucking jail. And a rapist to this day, brothers and sisters, that ought to make you fucking fry your balls. Tony Karsten has never served a day in jail. 4 minor fucking, a child, 17, 19, I think they wanted just turned 20. They were all fucking nearly teenagers. He has never served a day in fucking jail over that. Never had a conviction. All the fucking kids got convictions. Should make you just fucking sick. And then they're going to me stand up and say, hey, look at this shit. And they throw me in jail. Scar my fucking face, ruin my ministry, ruin this property. And 9 months ago, like the time it takes for a child to come to birth, nothing has happened. Nothing. They have done nothing. And I have told them, drop these fucking charges. You're violent. They don't care. I brought a witness there, and the fucking Dave Vandenberg, the sitting circuit court judge down here in the 4th Territorial Administrative Court, said, yep, I'm going to continue to violate your 6th Amendment rights. So, and you know what's so funny? If you look at the case, guys, they have to Mirandize me to take me off this property and put me in their fucking cage, and they didn't do that. There will be no evidence of a body cam footage of Tracy. I wasn't arrested under the capital letter name either, by the way. When they asked me my name at arrest, I said, I am Apocalypse. I am Revelation. They said, well, that's not your name. You're lying to a police officer. That's another charge. False official statement to police officer. I said, oh, cool. Another charge. Great. Well, my followers call me that, Pastor Revelation, but my name is not all in capital letters. It's capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. I'm not a corporation. I don't go on dates with men, follow mandates, codes, or ordinances, okay? If your system can't put it down in smaller letters, That's your fucking problem, not mine. You're recording that right now, and I look at the camera, so you're recording that, right? We got audio. I'm not Tracy Werner under capital letter name, so they've never actually arrested me under capital T, small r, small a. No, they arrested me under all capital letters, but I'm not that man. That's my merchant number. And that is a straw man, and I have already taken over power of attorney in open court. And the judge said I made my record. And I've already put the court on notice of liability and subrogated the merchant number. Yes, I did. I took over power of attorney of my what you call your W-2 tax ID number, my social or merchant number that they're trying to extort, and said, all right, Clerk Vandenberg, you're not operating as a judge. You're only a clerk. You're like the secretary over there. You're not even Article 3 court. You're in a fourth administrative court, and that's territorial. That is not under Title 18, original Title 18 statutes. This is not a judicial court. You're just a clerk. So I'm challenging your judicial capacity in open court. I'm going to exercise my right of subrogation, and I'm going to subrogate the merchant number and take over that power of attorney of that merchant number. The only way I'll give you that money back is if you can prove that you're operating in a judicial capacity, which he's not. He's not. He's not operating in a judicial capacity. There's only one Article 3 court. There's 3 courts that are courts that they can bring you under: circuit court, first administrative, third, that's actually judicial, and fourth territorial, which is administrative. So they didn't bring me into the one location that is a Article 3 court and charge me under the Title 18 statutes. They're trying to charge me with a revised statute. A revised statutes wasn't adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate, so I don't even recognize that either. These are a bunch of bullshit, trumped up fucking charges that don't apply to me anyways. Do I look like I'm fucking dead to you? Am I sitting here like Nimrod's statue? I don't go by fucking codes or ordinances or mandates because they're not law. There's a difference between legal and lawful either, too. These people have no idea what they're, so this is why I suffer. And this is probably why they got rid of my son or whoever is fucking involved now. Now that makes sense. All right, listen here. I fucking say this. My son, because I got to put it out there. My son told me that Marshall, this motherfucker who stole potentially my silver, had the feds who are already involved with him. Somehow, I don't know what the fuck it's about. I don't know. I don't really have a relationship. I'll go long periods without talking to this guy. I kind of only know him because I sold him some fucking candy at one time and met him that way or whatever. But it is what it is. He ended up helping my son. My son owed him some money. This is making perfect sense. The fucking feds got my son, or he's got him, or he knows fucking something now because he had the feds after him. For some reason, I don't know what the fuck it was, guys. Now it's making sense. That's right. The feds fucking are on Marshall. Fuck it, dude. I got nothing to fucking hide here. Why is my son at Marshall's house? So, because they're in cahoots with this motherfucker who figures out. So where the fuck is cahoots with this motherfucker who figures out? So where the fuck is my silver, feds? Where the case absolutely already asked, requested change because I control and it meets all the criteria. Yeah, for a change of venue. So I think they have my son. I really do now. I think the feds got him. That's why his fucking car's there, and they're working with fucking Marshall, and the feds probably have my son. Kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense why nobody calls me back. Why Adriana's missing. Why nobody calls me back. Why Adriana's missing. No fucking nobody knows. Now Elijah's mom won't even call me back. She's in on it too now, I bet. She had the feds contact her and say, don't fucking talk to him. Bring your fucking charges, you fucking pigs. You fucking government. Bring whatever fucking charges you got. Bring whatever goddamn charges. What? I'm telling you that Donald Trump is responsible for every murder of oil in this country. You want to bring me up on charges because I'm going after Donald Trump, the commander-in-chief? Yeah, he's fucking responsible for every fucking death ever. Bring your fucking charges, whatever, or I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. If you try to stop me, I won't be armed. Nope. You come here, feds, I'll fucking blow your fucking heads off. We got rocks. I was this close to finally having my son after all these fucking years that we could have got this shit taken care of, which you already did. Instead, everything went completely the opposite way. So go ahead, feds. You think you got something on me? Bring your fucking shit, because they don't. But I know it's hit me so fucking clearly. These fucking people are involved. Why can't I've called the Department of Justice. Why don't I get a recall back from the feds? Why don't I call the state Department of Justice? How come I don't get a call? I've called all these alphabets. There's special people that are fucking involved with the governor's office. If you have problems, like I've called this special office, never one phone call returned. So I always hear in this country too, America fucking sucks. If you don't like it, fucking leave, right? Anybody want to start a campaign fund? I come up with enough fucking money. I can go fund me. Somebody just fly my ass out of here. I don't want violence. I'm not plotting anything to go anything otherwhere than to farm, grow food, and be left the fuck alone. Go to a constitutional republic. Yep. That's where I'm headed, Ecuador. I'm not even worried about where I'm telling. I wouldn't tell him where you're going. That's not smart. No, I kept my son here. If we had something to fucking hide, I would have taken him and ran with him, right? Didn't have anything to fucking hide, so why would I run? I'm not running now. I'm fucking stayed here for 9 months in this country to try to let this system do what it's supposed to do, and they didn't do shit. So fuck this system. It's corrupt. It's, hold on, how much battery I got? 10%. All right, I got to get off on my battery. But that's where I'm at. So fuck this country. Fuck this government. Fuck everybody in this country who sits there and continues to support this bullshit. I'm an honorably discharged. I serve this fucking country. And now they've attacked and potentially killed and kidnapped my son. I think the feds are involved now. I really do. So you do it all, Boogie. I can't, not if you want to call, say something. And they did. They brought cases out on me saying, hey, some anonymous caller called on his YouTube channel, and it took somebody else to do something. Just so you know, I can't get anywhere. Look at my evidence. If you look at the Writer Discovery, you'll see it. I've showed it in this thing. Anonymous YouTube caller. They watch this. It says they're in here right now. I've shown it on the things. Predestined for Light, former channel, often streams from his live stream, which is monitored by the government, is monitored by law enforcement. So they're watching everything right now. I know they are. They always have been. That's what's fucked up. Is they were watching before. They said it in their discovery. Sam Birch said he was coming on watching this when he was on duty. So now it's making sense. So now it's making sense. The feds are involved. That's why my son's car is there. They must have picked Elijah up when he went there. And Marshall made a fucking deal. Marshall must have trapped him and got him down there. And the feds came and picked up Elijah to hold him. As I've said, I thought that might be something. They try to use him against me for some kind of later future tense. They already came here and fucking shot him and kidnapped my daughter. So I don't doubt that the feds are not involved now. I feel pretty comfortable with what I'm saying. And Marshall's involved now. He has to be. He has to fucking be. When I'd mentioned, I talked to him trying to find out where my son's at. So I found his car. And he said something about the feds too. You know, that they came to his house. He said the feds came to his house. So, yeah, they said he got a bunch of, that makes sense now. So I don't know what they would have. They have nothing against Elijah. There's no federal charge against Elijah. They don't have any Fed charges. They'd have something against me. But they would do something like that. This fucking government's rogue. So Father's doing it. Don't worry about it. Father's doing all things, guys. So I'm not... I know he makes all things. Makes no sense. So I have to do this now. I have to have faith like Daniel. I will not recognize their stupid bullshit. If they want to come get me, they can. But I'm going to be exiting the country now. And I'll try to go to a place that will help me, because I know as soon as somebody looks at this case, they'll drop the case, and then I can find out where my son's at. If the feds got him, maybe they'll come forward with some federal charges or something and go say, okay, we're going to drop this, but here's some Fed charges against you or something. You're trying to expose Donald Trump and all this. Whatever, fucking bring it, bitch. Your fucking rogue tyrannical government. I didn't even recognize your bullshit corp. Yeah, original statutes adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate. They have to be adjudicated. Any charges that have to be in the original fucking Title 18 statutes. If not, they're not constitutional. I won't refuse and not give a fuck. Like, unless you bring me an Article 3 court, it's just a kangaroo court. There's only one, and so I'll plan on going to that Article 3 court and being charged under the Title 18 statutes. That's the only way you're going to get me, and I'll never admit to being a corporation. I'm not all capital letters, and there's no money to be made on me anyways because I already merchant number was subrogated. So you can't take any money from me. I've already subrogated the merchant number. If I ever receive the trillions potentially of dollars in this case, yeah, it could be that much. There was a lot on it's a 4-year-old case at $3,049 an hour. I said $3,049 an hour. Or maybe I have it correct. I need to look at just the Tampa Bay calculator times 3 because the rate of inflation is changing now. Everything's fucking out of whack, and it has to be by the 1611 calculator from the scripture. You enter the 1611 calculator with that. There's only in the 1611 scripture, and it gives a credit, like a payout. Go look at the Carl Washington case. He was put in jail, served 59 days for a 1-day sentence. They credited him 59 days, and he received $360 million for time served for that 1,083 Tampa Bay calculation with the 1611 Treasument Tampa Bay 1983 calculation. So it's real. People don't think it is, but it is. There is case law, just like on all these things, like I was telling you earlier with the economy, 4,800 currencies and 4,800 proof that they always go to zero. They always do. Same thing. Always happens. That's what's going to happen to this front side. So I'd like to exit out of here before all this bullshit goes down in this encampment. So I'm not running from anything. I'm going to go take a vacation. I was able to pay this land off here at High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries by the blessing of my hard. You don't have calluses and look like that because you don't work your ass off on your, because I work in the middle of winter, so I don't ever stop. So I was able to get that done, and I could have just got myself an attorney, but no thanks. I don't want to pay for something they should be providing me. The ones who spot my ass, so I'm not going to sit there and waste a bunch of money. I'd rather take it and go try to find a piece of land in another country. But I took it here for the team. I'm a team player. I took whatever savings I had so I can donate this property to the ministry. So I'm working on that. So I've been looking through some of the paperwork that I've been given and trying to figure out the quickest way to make that happen. So I better go, guys. I've almost worn this battery completely dead. I got to get, maybe the sunlight will come back out here in a little bit. And yeah, I know I should go get it looked at, but I don't think it's going to happen, guys. So maybe I would leave the country. I'll have somebody look at it, not within the U.S. I don't want any U.S. doctor looking at me. I don't trust U.S. doctors at all. I'd rather go to a doctor in Mexico or Argentina or Venezuela or Ecuador or something before I'd ever. But anyways, I'm not. Oh, there goes my battery, guys. Okay, gotta go. Much Agape. I can't even hardly see the screen anymore, guys. It's so black. Hopefully, I can see the buttons to get out of here. Links in the description. If you want to help at all with any funding, please don't put anything in this ministry. If you can't afford it, I'm not trying to take anything from anybody. I just paid off 2 pieces of land, so so it's okay. No worries. Father will provide abundance. I just need a piece of land, sheep, goats, chickens, solar panels, and a bunch of. If I get to another country and he is in hiding or something, maybe the feds are protecting him. I don't know. I don't think the feds are on my side. He'll turn up. So I care about Elijah Werner. I love you, Elijah Werner, so much, young man. You're a good young man, and wherever you're at, if you're already passed, I'll try to meet you there. And if not, son, I'll not stop working for your behalf in the country and everybody. If you were not an upright, righteous man and didn't do your time and didn't do the time for the crime you committed, I'd throw you to the side like anybody else. But I don't love him more than Shiloh. So, but I'm just doing this because it's the righteous and upright thing to do. He showed his hand. So, unfortunately, there's no such thing as fortunes, but he has to pay the price to be my son. The apple don't fall far from the tree. So they attack him, and God will pour out a just measure on whoever wronged Elijah. He will heal all his pain someday. So, and he'll do the same for me, and he'll do the same for you. He will pour out a just measure. So everybody thinks they got away with something in this lifetime, even if they do. They won't get away with it forever. So judgments will come, and I seek no vengeance towards no man. I am trying to actually just leave without being no violence, no. I just would like to go. I hope that this government will just let me get out of here. So if you know somebody who wants to charter a flight, help me out. A boat, anything. I want out of here. I don't want to be here anymore, guys. I love you, and I'll see you again whenever I can get this battery charged up. Much Agape and Phileo, Pastor Revelation. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And the links are in the description to Cash App and PayPal. Your time is more important to me than any monetary tie. So don't give any money to this platform. Your time is way more valuable. You can print more money. You go make more money, but you can't make or print time. So thank you for the time that's been given. I'm about to my last second here. I can tell. Oh, there we go. Okay. Agape and Phileo, Pastor Revelation. Whoa.